Okay, we are live.
Yay!
Hello and welcome. I am Ronki, your GM, and joining me today in order of their character avatars, we have FX Engineer. Nosh is absent. We have Rigel Kent, Gigaman, and Mel. Today we embark on our Star Wars campaign titled Vanguard, using the very awesome and versatile GURPS system by Steve Jackson Games. Not everyone can watch the live stream, but worry not. Our sessions are available on YouTube and as audio-only podcasts. You can find the links in the video description. If you find our content appealing and engaging, we kindly request that you show your support by liking this video and subscribing to our Twitch and YouTube channels. Before we dive into the action, does anyone have any character business they'd like to address? Considering this is going to be the last episode of the season.
Yeah, Luck is going to spend 4 points to improve his tactics skill by 1 level.
Yep, that works.
He's learned a lot of things with that critical failure.
Does he still have some points left over to get shot?
Yep.
And then Bosco is going to put 1 point in electronics operation. So it'll go from 1 to 2 points. And then I'll save 1 point for emergency.
Only 1, huh? You're bold. I had to use 2 last time.
Nim.
No, I
He
haven't thought of
donated all of
anything.
his points to me.
No, he is not.
He's totally doing that.
And Tina.
I'm going to put a point into the TK grab skill to bring it up to a 12.
Cool. All right, so that is all your point spending. Does anyone have any other business?
None
Quit
that I
screwing
can
around
think
and get on with it.
of. He's vamping.
All right, a quick recap.
Things.
You'll have to excuse, there's something going on in the background. Quick recap. You guys managed to secure the data from the Imperial Comms Station and make your escape. On your exit of the place, you didn't manage, but you quite successfully blew the place up, turned it into a large crater.
Back when it exploded.
You made your escape. You had to engage a couple of TIE fighters that were hell-bent on taking you out, but you're big damn heroes and you killed those off fairly well. And you've gone to the Mahina Kai Plateau to debrief and try and work out what you have on your in the data you've collected.
Yes, indeed.
Let me bring up the pretty pictures.
It's like we didn't get anything but a bunch of plans for some stupid mining laser thing.
Yeah, throw that in the garbage. We don't need it.
And this is the
Imperial Planetary Ore Extractor.
that's loopholes.
Yeah.
Abode. I'm not sure. Did the lat take any damage? I don't think it did.
No,
Nope.
I don't think we were ever hit.
Because we're too damn bad.
Yeah. So, no damage at all. You will have the big disc type thing that you see them have in, Rogue One, that they pull out of the big database. You have one of those in hand.
Right.
You have one of those in hand, but you have, or Tina knows that all the data is encrypted with a quite strong encryption.
Is that something that Haxor could tackle?
Of course.
So if we want if we want to go ahead and decrypt that, she can set Haxor to working on it, but I imagine it may take some time for that to finish up.
All right, so this is going to be a -5 bad on the roll. And it is not just hacking, it's cryptography.
Ooh, okay.
A skill I do not have. We had techs for that back in the war.
Yeah, Haxor does not have that skill.
I believe there is a default.
So we'll load it up with all sorts of extra time, unless somebody's got cryptography.
One sec while I try and find a default for cryptography. There you go. That's maybe something you want to spend some points in for Haxor, since Haxor grows as you grow.
Oh, he does? I have not been keeping track of any point accumulation. I just figured he was static.
Nope. He's an ally, right?
Hang on. Let me look at what he is. Yes, he is actually an ally. 75% of starting points constantly.
All right. So for every 4 points that you get, he gets 3.
Okay. I'll have to go back and figure all that out. All right. Default for cryptography is mathematics -5.
So unless you have maths, you will not be able to use your cryptography.
Tina has mathematics, but it's only at 11. So we'd have to like max out the extra time in order to work this out unless somebody else has got a better math skill.
What's this math thing you speak of?
Right. Anybody other than Luck?
I had math when I was doing the whole merchant thing, but when I redid my character, I got rid of it.
And Luck is out of luck when he runs out of fingers and toes. So
That's what you use droids for.
So you do have some bonuses that you can get if you have a computer with some software. You can make if you have like just a normal computer, you can do a computer operations skill, and that will give you a +1.
okay, Tina does have a personal computer.
All right, so she could get a +1 from that. And if you have a code breaker, it says
We should probably also consult
+5.
Saw, because he was coming in here with this in mind, so he may have appropriate equipment and or personnel.
Yeah, nothing else here, just the PC. But yeah, we'll see if either he's got something or if we can go scavenge around and see if we can find anything that Tina could fix. That would work.
His cryptography guy was the one that we lost.
Great.
Let's say he has a code breaker, so that'll give you a +5 to your roll. So at this point, you would be at skill -4. If you take extra time, the maximum amount of extra time, you would get an extra +5.
Yeah, we'll max out extra time to get the extra +5.
Does Hacksaw have mathematics?
Nope.
Something tells me that robots get it automatically at IQ. I seem to recall something like that. No, they have mathematical ability.
Oh, well, that might be true. Trying to think, is it volitional AI?
I believe it is. It has a mind of its own.
I mean, is it actually that trait?
I think it could be under that meta trait.
Okay, so my effective. So is it like another -5 for default?
So your overall penalty is going to be your mathematics -4 because you've got +5 for the code breaker, which will offset your default. Then you take +5 extra time, which will offset the bad. So then...
And a +1 for having a PC.
Okay, if I math that right, then I think you're at skill +1.
I think that's what it sounds like.
We have faith in you, although admittedly that might have been a mistake given your dice.
It'll be fine.
See, it was fine.
Ooh, I needed that extra time.
All right, so after many hours, perhaps days, you have managed to break the encryption on this Imperial data.
Wow, it is about an Imperial or planetary ore extractor.
What's mathematician do for you?
Intuitive mathematician. I think that just means you can automatically always calculate stuff.
Without
you don't
actually
need the
having...
calculator,
Yeah.
which I have the opposite of that.
All right, so there's a wealth of useful intel in this data. There's several communications that have, general tactical information on missions and some Imperial deployments in the sector. This is useful stuff. The things that are of more interest to you guys is that there's a communique from Panaka to the administrator Gratal. It says that there is a specialized team from the planet Gerrera that's going to arrive in 3 weeks' time. They intend to set up operations to extract the kyber that was found at Palace. There is instructions that every effort must be taken to ensure that they have what they need and their security is guaranteed. There is also another message which says that the production of Macoxit on Phantine needs to be accelerated as there is construction of a new secret weapon which is underway at a secret location in deep space. If the supply is not increased soon, then the construction will fall behind schedule. The communique also mentions that the Emperor has personally given Administrator Catal the authority to do whatever he feels he needs to do to meet that supply quota. I'll get a body language roll from those that have it.
Nope.
Does anyone have it?
Yes.
Bosco might have it too.
He's got it at default.
Oh.
Nice roll.
Oof. Success by 8.
All right.
Who
that's
are
enough.
you and what have you done with Mel's dice?
I know, right?
There is another communique indicating that Moth Panaka is returning to Naboo in 5 days. He intends to meet with Queen Dalni of Naboo and Leia Organa, Princess
Getting
of
ahead of yourself.
Princess of Alderaan. At this, you will notice, Tina, that this has struck Saul Gerrera's interest, though he's trying to sort of hide it. He's not being very openly interested.
Okay. Mental note of that. And she'll just
And then
kinda-
you have a whole bunch of other general useful intelligence. If you have any particular questions, you're welcome to ask a question, and it may be in the data.
Huh. Crap.
We shall
Let's see what's-
say, given that you took extra time, we will say that cryptography attempt is an hour. We'll say that 5 days time is now 3 days time.
for the meeting with over on Naboo.
Yes.
Okay.
I'm going to take a note of that and possibly mention to Saul after the fact that it'd be a terrible shame if this Moff didn't make it. I'm not going to mention that in front of the people who aren't as hardened by war as Luck is.
Does it have information on there about like the transport he's going to be taking and exact departure time and all that kind of stuff?
It does. He will be leaving with his Star Destroyer.
Ooh, okay. Do we want to steal a Star Destroyer?
I kind of do, but I don't think we have the people for it. So these experts from Jeddah, does it give like images of them? Is it or do they have like attached personnel files or anything like that? Do we know where they're going, etc.?
Yes. There's several teams. So we're looking at whole groups of people, including equipment and stuff like that. So it does give details of all those people.
And where are they going?
They are going to Palace. If you recall, way back at the start.
Yeah, that's the plan. That's the other one. That's where
So-
we had the speeder chase and Stella Walker.
Yes,
yeah,
and
we've got
found
the walker.
found the mutants, and that's where Tina also found a kyber crystal, her pink kyber crystal.
So how do we keep them from taking this stuff? I mean, apart from blowing it up. So I don't know what would happen if we blew up Kyber. That'd be about right. We go, all right, we're setting off an explosive. And then Brian's like, okay, it goes off. The planet explodes. You're all dead. Game over.
Nice.
Totally worth it.
I guess if you have some skills that you think you may find useful, to maybe ascertain what the relationship is with these specialists and Jeddah and Kyber?
No idea.
You are welcome to make a roll if you have any such skills.
Would that be like information analysis or something kind of like that?
No, I think that.
I would
Well,
possibly.
some kind of Jedi lore would
Nim
probably
might
work.
have an idea based off of the fact he's got a mining background.
That's potentially true.
If you have the skill, make a roll. Or roll an IQ.
Scrolling through mine, and I don't see any skills that I have that would be appropriate.
I don't have a specific mining skill, I guess.
Oh, I thought you did that. Okay, never mind.
No, I got salvage and security, but not that. But I do have hazmat for chemical and radioactive.
I'm radioactive.
Otherwise, I'll allow an IQ roll with at least a -5 penalty. And from those people that feel they have a grounds to possibly know. So luck, I guess, would, because it might be in intel briefs and stuff like that.
That, or and he may have heard the Jedi General and his Padawan discussing Jeddah at some point. Yeah, let's see. That's not going to be a particularly great check. Let's see. Failure by 3.
Okay, so you do know that the Empire does have a presence on Jeddah.
To be fair, they got a presence on most planets.
But they have a fairly important presence on Jeddah. But you don't know the details exactly. You don't recall anyway.
Right. So, what should our next course of action be there? I would like to cause them to stop that, but we definitely need to get copies of this information so we can send that on to our contacts. Disseminate this to other future rebel cells.
Is Kalen connected to SAW at all?
This is not something that you know.
Okay. He didn't alert. He didn't tell us that SAW was. He did not put us in contact with SAW.
He did not. But you can assume that he knows who SAW is.
Well, I was going to say the reason I was asking because maybe he might be interested in that information as well.
Yeah, I was totally planning on providing him a copy of it.
Well, there's a whole bunch of valuable intel.
I think the primary thing that I wanted to pass on to our rebel assets and such like that, our future rebel assets, is super weapon. That means when they, various people need to start trying to figure out what the hell this super weapon is, where it's at, how do we blow it up? I mean, we wouldn't be so lucky as to be able to just throw a torpedo down, I don't know, exhaust shaft or anything.
That would be a serious design flaw.
It would. Holy cow, that's cool. Brian, did you change the pictures and tokens thing? Is that you?
The pictures and tokens thing?
Yeah, if you click on your if a player clicks on their token on their character sheet.
No, that's part of core.
Well, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, where it actually shows the token. And there's a little, I think, a targeting
plus minus, yeah.
Targeting thing, so you can click on it and it
cool.
takes you to the map that you're on.
So what is the benefit of the plus, the add item? Does that just replace the regular image, or does it add an
It just replaces it.
Okay. Yay. It's something new.
So we need to reach out to our rebel contact guy and pass along the information about the super weapon to him.
I'm at least gonna discuss quietly with SAW, whose image the GM hasn't bothered sharing yet. Just to see if there was something specific in this data that he was looking for, and if he found it.
All right, he will tell you. Well, all this information is valuable. None, one not more than the other. All of this must get back to the various rebel cells.
Completely agree. Especially this bit about the super weapon. Need to start dedicating resources to finding that. maybe destroying it.
Did you have detect lies or something?
I do not.
Or did you have body language?
I do not. Remember, Luck is just very much in the blunt and to the point. He doesn't really think of it in that way.
I mean, if Tina's there, she can, she can be paying attention. She has body language, but not detect lies. I'm not sure if anybody in this group does.
I have detect lies.
The Saw says, I'll need to get off world so we can get this to the people that need it. I think we should do that before Moff Panaka leaves Phantine.
Yeah. I'm totally thinking he needs to swing by Naboo.
I'm thinking he thinks the same.
One of those where it's like, oh, yeah. I know what you're thinking.
Nothing from Tina on this one.
So,
Should
what should
I roll
our
detect
next
lies?
step be?
Give me a reaction roll for Luck.
Is Luck having this conversation like in front of everybody, or did he and Saul step off to the side?
I think he and Saw stepped off to the side.
Yeah, I think we're a little off to the side. We're not necessarily. We're probably like not necessarily out of the room, but it's definitely like two officers have moved away from the enlisted personnel and having a quiet sort of conversation.
You did the thing. You did the thing where you said, we need to have this private conversation no one else can hear, and then you took 2 steps away from the rest of the group.
I'm not sure if the social stigma would apply.
Okay. Then that'd be 12. I don't remember what 12 is. I think that's still neutral, isn't it?
It would be. So Saw doesn't give any specific details, but he does throw a sort of an off comment. I'm curious what Leia Organa, why she wants to meet with Moff Panaka. This is a curiosity.
I am wondering if Luck even really. Well, no, he would know. He would know Organa, but I'm wondering if he would know know about Leia.
Probably not, unless you have politics.
I don't think so. Plus, she's still a kid at this point. This is BBY3.
Yep.
So she's like 16.
She's not anybody yet.
Well, she is somebody. She's still a princess of, House Organa of Alderaan, but I don't remember when she was officially appointed to the Senate.
Yeah, I wouldn't know that one either.
am
I did have a brief
looking.
look on Wikipedia, but I don't think it mentioned it.
Yeah, it's like it says, okay, hey, yeah, she did that. When is this? Sometime after the mission of Lothal. So that is doesn't matter. She's probably not a senator at this point. But then we know Star Wars is super weird in that regard. So
Well, Paul Atreides was only a kid as well.
yeah, but he's the son of a duke, and that it's like straight up different.
Well,
Yeah,
And then
Padme was.
Yeah.
Padme was young,
elected. Yeah, she's like
but
13.
also
She's
different.
elected as the queen. It's like what? Okay.
So I like to do something for Tina. She's kind of got this information in front of her, and I'd like her to just roll on intuition to see what would be the best avenue of pursuit for us as a group. Like, where should we go?
Yeah, how many possible answers is that, I wonder?
Well, we've got the mines to stop the production of the ore that they're using for this weapon. We've got stop the Moff from leaving. What else do we have? Stop the Kyber crystal mining. Was there anything else?
Oh, you've also got the get the information off world.
Mm-hmm. So that's 4 options. Is there anything else?
Probably. We're just not remembering it.
Do nothing. Just say, okay, we're going back to work. Good luck, Rebellion.
So, in the couple of days that you've been hanging out here, is there anything that you guys or the others have been doing? Tina's been occupied with haxing.
Probably trying to monitor. I don't want to say comm signals, but that's not the equivalent. But like news networks and stuff like that about the explosion. See if there's anything crazy going down in town, etc.
Okay. Give me a electronics ops communications roll. You to
Right.
listen in on the various communications channels.
This is this going to be routine? Because it's just like mostly just tuning into the local
It is routine.
news.
Yep. So you get +4.
Because I just like looked at my electronic ops. I'm like, oh, all right, awesome. There we go. I see. I
And you
got the
broke the
dice
knob off.
tonight. I may have broken the box.
Oh man.
All right. So you are flicking through channels. The signals that you get are a little crackly. Maybe that's because you took out a communications facility. You're not
That's
sure,
Possible.
but you do catch one bit of information, and that is that things are really chaotic at Minerva. At Minerva. You will hear that Phantine has been blockaded. All ships except those on Imperial business are grounded and or being turned away. Panaka's Star Destroyer is, instead of hovering over Minerva, is in space, basically blockading the planet.
Well, it's one Star Destroyer. It's not like it can cover the entire thing.
No, but it can cover the hyperspace lanes or the
I don't know why
exit points.
I keep getting Gungan Comedy Hour on this stupid thing, so I can't get anything else.
Missa this, Missa that.
And then soon thereafter, you hear a blaster shot, and I'll go, "Yeah, the comms are down."
There's a little Gungan that goes, "What you talking about, Missa?" So that's all the information that you get, but you get the feeling that stuff is hectic, like shit's going down.
It was a pretty big mess. Good times. Good times.
So we will have a lot of difficulty getting off planet if we want to pursue that.
Unless we steal a shuttle, another shuttle.
We could find a roguish space pilot with a propensity to shoot first, ask questions later.
Isn't that Daryl?
He doesn't have the money right now.
This news information that Luck has listened to, is he sharing that with the rest of the group?
Absolutely. While cursing Gungan Comedy. I'm going to blame Loophole for that. Why are you listening to this garbage?
He says in your voice, you hang out here long enough on your own, you start watching all sorts of stuff. Okay, so at the mention of this, you see Saw says, we need to move fast. The longer we wait, the more difficult it's going to be to get off world. I'd like to leave before the moth does.
Yep. So now we have to figure out how to get him off of the planet without...
How did he get here?
Doesn't matter. We have to steal another ship. And sounds like it needs to be an Imperial ship.
Well, we happen to have a YT-2000.
Yeah, but that was a pirate ship. It wasn't an Imperial ship. And we can't end an episode without stealing another vehicle of some sort.
It's also halfway painted pink by this point, so yeah, probably wouldn't pass muster.
It's just the law.
Was anyone else doing anything for the 2 days? So Luck and Nim? Sorry, not Luck. Bosco and Nim?
I don't have anything in mind.
What about Bosco?
Bosco would have been doing stuff, but it wouldn't directly relate to the adventure. He would have been, since he sort of got kicked out of the pharmaceutical business, he's trying to develop his contact with smuggling and trying to develop and build an underground network, black market.
Well, it's not that he got kicked out of the pharmaceuticals. It's just too dangerous to go home at the moment. Well, building contact and stuff like that, you can't really do out here in the middle of nowhere.
He would have been like on his smartphone, like Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, Facebook, social media, all that stuff.
Nope. Star Wars is better than Earth. It doesn't have social media.
If you want, then you can make a electronics operation communications +4.
Maybe you can learn important stuff that I didn't because of this damn Gungan Comedy Hour.
So I rolled a 9, success by 9.
All right. Well, you managed to break the interference and radio chatter, and likewise, you do hear people talking about things being hectic, chaotic. All ships are grounded. You also hear reports that stormtroopers and Novasec are raiding the lower levels.
It's a good thing we're not there right now.
Do you have roll for your Novasec contact?
Okay.
Uh-oh.
My buddy.
Yes, just to see if
It's
he's
if
available.
I
He-
forget
yeah.
where that's at. Other.
He's totally been captured and is being interrogated right now.
Actually,
Oh,
I was going to say
Failure
you
by
shouldn't
3.
you shouldn't roll that because I'm volunteering information. It's only when you have a question to ask that you should roll. There is a message from your Novasec contact.
Never call me again.
He says, "Do you have a code name that you use when communicating with him?"
nah, probably. Yes, but I don't know what it is.
Well,
I can't
whatever
think of
that
anything
code
cool
name
off
is,
the top of my head.
he
Vanguard.
says, if you're in the city, be careful. We've been instructed to round up everyone with a criminal record in the lower levels, including the leaders, known leaders of the gangs and cartels.
Yeah, they're going to find that a bit difficult with what's-his-face.
He tells you they're doing this under the instruction of the stormtroopers, and these are orders that have come down from the administrator.
Okay.
He says, does he know about your business, what you do?
Yes.
All right, so he is friendly. He says you should pass this on to any of your friends. Lay low, and if they have some friends or contacts in the lower levels, they should get them out of there and get them to safety.
Okay. I tell him, like, thanks for the information. And I'm like, man, like, you told me you were going to be getting out of, like, I've been trying to recruit him, Novasec. Like, you should get out while you can. Things are boiling.
It's a job. It pays the rent, keeps him off the street. He doesn't
Well,
like
you
it.
be careful too. You don't want to get caught on the wrong side when this blows over.
He doesn't like it, but at least in his role, he can look after the locals because the off-world Novasec don't give a shit. Righto. So, what is the plan?
Well, you never resolved Mel's question about the intuition thing.
Oh, yeah. So, get off-world. What were the other ones?
So stop the ore processing to slow down their weapon, like slow down their production further, make them not meet quota, stop the kyber crystal mining, or I think it is try to stop the Moff before he leaves, like try to not let him get off planet.
Right, so you've got 4 options there, and you get, the roll is what determined, +1 for every good option, -1 for every bad option, and then it's an IQ roll, I think.
Yep, and I think it's secret. It's in the box.
It's, alright, give me that IQ roll.
What's in the box?
Need to math. Just check something. Alright, on this particular occasion, your gut doesn't tell you anything.
Gotcha.
Okay, so operate on the presumption if we want to get Saw off planet, how do we go about doing that? That involves us stealing another vessel, whatever.
Well, he and his partisans have a ship. It's the ship they came here in.
Yeah, but it's going to be in the city.
Correct. And then there's the whole issue of trying to run a blockade.
Because I was kind of thinking, what if we went to Minerva and stole their shuttle?
Stole an Imperial shuttle?
Yep.
Shuttle Tiderian 2?
Maybe. It might be one of those Sentinel-class landers. I don't know what they're using.
This is an option?
I mean, Granted, that's a bit more work, but it doesn't involve us going into the city. There's also contemplating that I guess it could be we could theoretically steal it, have it run the blockade, but nobody be in it.
Decoy.
Yep, and then get them to their actual vessel so they can bail. But I might be overthinking things. What's everybody else thinking?
I might be underthinking things.
Well,
What is the easiest option we have?
I don't think there is an easy option.
No, there's not an easy one, but there are easier ones. Seems like stealing a shuttle is probably the lowest hanging fruit we have. We know
Yeah, but
we're
the
at least
problem-
capable of that.
yeah, but the problem with it remains. It's like, okay, the shuttle's going to have to land. Enough people are going to have to. It's going to have to be there long enough for us to be able to board it, etc., etc.
Oh, I have a question for Bosco. Since the comms facility was blowed up, was his girlfriend blowed up with it?
He doesn't care about her.
Oh man, that's cold.
So
She
did
risked
you
everything for you?
did you tell her not to be there, to call in sick today, or was she at work?
He did tell her that. I seem to recall.
So he did actually mention, don't go to work today.
I don't remember, but probably wouldn't have thought much about it.
So cold. Man, he's like almost callous now.
So the assumption is that his girlfriend was blowed up, or is potentially a
He doesn't have
casualty.
girlfriend.
Well, not anymore.
I mean, she was. Did we plan on blowing this place up when we went in there?
Yes.
Yeah, we did. Okay.
Yeah, we were planning on blowing it up from the beginning.
Then I would have like given her some hints to call in sick without telling her exactly what was going on. But mostly just as a courtesy.
Then she's called in sick. But now you're ghosting her.
And she knows your face, and she might think that you're connected, so she's a loose end.
I just remember that she really fell for Bosco, and
He went,
Bosco was very clear with her that it was strictly a transactional relationship.
You're just going to leave a deposit.
man.
Tell that to a bunny boiler.
That's right. You now have a stalker. What would that be? That's sort of an enemy, but it's not an enemy.
Yeah, it's more along the rival line. They're not actually trying to kill you. Just, any other relationships you might have.
Right, so you guys need to decide on a course of action.
Yeah, we want to get Saw off planet. Where did they park their ship? It's probably in Paulus.
It's in Minerva. Remember, Palace was evacuated.
Right. Getting names mixed up. Well, the problem is Minerva's locked down.
So while we're discussing, Tina's going to go tug on Luck's shoulder and say, hey, can we have a quick chat?
As we, take 2 steps away from everybody.
Yeah, so nobody can hear. And she'll, let him know, hey, earlier when we were talking about the what's-her-face Organa, Saul was super, super interested in that information. I don't know. I kind of don't trust the guy.
I'm sure it'll be fine. Let's see. I have to make something.
Wow. Nice. Maybe we should kind of go with, kind of keep an eye on him.
Well, we have to get him off planet first.
Tina will just shrug and say, I don't know. Just keep an eye on him. I got a bad feeling about this.
So, getting him off world, what are the problems? We've got his transportation that he came in with is in Minerva and is under lockdown. And then we've got the blockade.
Yep.
And what was being allowed through the blockade?
Imperial stuff.
Only.
So we need Imperial stuff. So we either need to get our own Imperial stuff or we need to get on some existing Imperial stuff.
Cass will mention to Saw, if you don't mind, Saw, I'd like to stay here on Phantine a little while.
Dun dun dun.
Saw says, why would that be? What business do you have here? He looks to Tina, and Cass says,
For that.
I think she could be an asset, and she
Did you-
needs
You
instruction.
almost get confused which one was speaking.
Yes, I did.
Saw glares at Cass. He's convinced Cass was making fun of his voice.
Saw will say, I'll think about it. I may need you.
Plus, you have to die before Jedi. Actually, so does Tina and all the other Jedi types.
Well, Tina doesn't have to die unless she's an actual Jedi.
I'm not dead yet.
So, assuming we have to get our own Imperial stuff, where would we get it?
That's why I
Well,
was
the
thinking
only
of
ships
Paulus.
are the Imperial section of the starport. If you recall, they've got their own
But they're
cordoned off area.
sending specialists to Paulus. They're going to.
They will
sending them
arrive in
Right.
3 weeks,
Oh, I missed that part. I'm sorry.
so it'd be 2 and a bit weeks now.
Yeah, don't want to wait that long.
Never mind that part. All right, so that means we have
Okay,
to get
so
into their
taking that
part
through,
of the
that's going to
starport.
remove one of the potential options from Tina's intuition thing. I don't know if that changes anything, but that's like that's a couple weeks later. We don't need to worry about that now. We need to worry about the other stuff.
Now, did we have a way in to the Imperial part of the starport?
It's called blaster
think we-
fire.
I think we had to deal with that before, but I don't remember.
I don't think we do. That's closed off.
Bosco
That's-
knows a smuggler as well. I don't know if that'll help.
It might.
Maybe.
With ships being grounded and stuff, it doesn't mean that they're actually like locked to the their hangar bays. They can, if their crews get on board and take off, they could still do that, but they're going to get shot. That's all. Well, I won't say shot. Shot at. They might be good enough to evade Imperial cruisers. Just need to list slowly to the left.
Try spinning. That's a good trick. Yeah. So.
You also do have an arc fighter that could be used as a cover backup.
Yeah, we could put people in different things and do it that way. Because Daniel is right. We do have the 2300, and then we've got the Arc Fighter. We actually have the other one too, the other pirate ship.
Right.
Because that would be kind of amusing. We launch like 3 or 4 things up there and have a straight up void fight. And half of us get blown up or captured.
If you have the pilot skill, which I'm assuming everyone has, well, at least some of the group here at the moment have. I guess the real is there with you. He will tell you, small fighters and such can avoid the big ships like the Star Destroyer, but you can rest assured that the Star Destroyer is going to be supported by wings of TIE fighters and stuff.
Yeah, plus the Arc Fighter is not hyperdrive equipped.
Arc fighters are.
I don't think they are. Wait, I vaguely remember this conversation again. Yeah, my mistake, your fault. What am I thinking of? I don't know what I'm thinking of.
Pretty much all the rebel
LAT.
ships.
I was thinking of the LAT. My brain was thinking, I was saying Arc, and I was thinking the LAT, and I'm like, wait, why would we want to take that into space combat? Because you wouldn't.
Unless you want to use it as a decoy. Ramming speed.
It explodes and does nothing against the Star Destroyer.
You need to take out the one of the shield generators.
Those are not shield generators, they're sensor bubbles.
Well, still take out a shield generator and then fly at the bridge doing like loops.
Ah!
And that's how you take him out.
Like that A-Wing guy.
Just like that. They teach you that in flight school.
I've never gone to flight school. Right. Well, that is a possibility where we put multiple people in multiple craft and basically just straight up try to run the blockade.
Pity you didn't have a big boob nipple gun. You could just shoot the Star Destroyer.
Well, that would be too easy.
Stand by, ion control. Fire.
We don't necessarily have to limit this operation to just us. If we wanted to overload their air defense, we could get other people involved.
Who are we going to get involved?
Other people. There's probably a lot of people around here that wouldn't mind sticking it up the Empire's butt.
Not if they get blowed up.
Well, if there's enough of them,
Can't get them all, I guess.
just do an Area 51 run.
All right, make sure to run like Naruto.
They all chickened out of that one, didn't they?
Yep, wisely so, because, well, there are lots of signs that, are saying lethal force is authorized. That would have been hysterical, to be perfectly honest.
Yeah, bunch of nerds get tough until the bad guys get tougher.
Okay, so thinking your plan through there, Nim. Well, not Nim, but Giger. How do you bring these other people in there? I don't have any contacts or anything like that for that
Probably
sort of thing.
Probably the same way you would do the Area 51 run. Just start a rumor.
That's going to take too long.
Well, you wouldn't want to do
That
it as a
depends.
rumor because a rumor could get back to the people that don't want it to happen.
So
Right,
obviously,
that might
Bosco
just
has
make it happen more.
Bosco has a smuggler contact.
Uh-huh.
So if nothing else, we can at least start potentially there, where we find out, hey, sort of, there are some people who are planning on saying screw this and running this blockade,
Mm-hmm.
and see if they're like, well, we've got some people who have been wanting to do that as well. Beyond that, you weird pacifists. Yeah, beyond that, I don't think we have. Hold on. Yeah, the only other person who has contacts is Nim, unless he wants to bring in the family.
I was debating about how applicable that might be.
Of course, knowing his luck, they've all been rounded up and herded off into concentration camps.
That's probably true.
Start a rebellion.
You could reach out to your crime lord buddy.
Hey, we got pirate contacts.
No, we don't. Why do we have pirate?
We got pirate
contacts?
maps and a pirate ship.
We have
Didn't we
several
bring a pirate down?
ships. We have several pirate ships.
Right. It was what's her name's brother.
Yeah, the sexy redhead lady.
Yeah, but he's not with you guys.
That's true. Dead Meat and Red Jumper are here. They might know guys.
Well,
They don't even have stats.
they're rebels or resistance fighters. Shouldn't call them
Exactly.
rebels
They might know guys.
yet. They know rebels.
Well, it just so happens we need rebels.
They know rebels here?
Well, no, they don't know rebels here.
That's less helpful. But yeah, I wouldn't think it'd be all that hard to convince some randos to
They do
pull a
know
stunt.
this guy.
Red hoodie.
I think this is the one.
So I'm yeah, that's the guy who's in charge of the Corellian Corvette.
Mm-hmm.
So I have, I'm looking through the images thing, and I see an NPC named Jaster Phantine. Who the hell is that? I don't remember this person.
He's one of the local miners.
Okay, I still don't remember him. Well, that's what luck gets for being incurious. Yeah, but that captain is he's not going to be immediately available, and that'd be pretty unwise on his part to throw his Corellian Corvette up against a Star Destroyer, since we see that what happens in that case in the opening minutes of A New Hope.
Maybe as a distraction if you're planning the everyone flee at the same time.
Well, it's a possibility, I suppose.
He's the captain of that.
Yeah, but the real question is, where is he, and is that in a position to actually be useful to us? No, that's probably the best my adult brain can come up with right now. Swamp them.
We got is it 2 or 3? It is
You have two
3
ships.
people on the Arc 170. You have a pilot, you have a co-pilot, and you have a tail gunner.
It's possible we could
these
throw
are
some
your ships.
decoys out there as well.
I'm sorry, say that again there, Giger.
So it's possible we could throw some decoys out there as well. Loophole may have some stuff that could do the trick.
They're your current resources.
The YT that we have, does it only have one turret or does it have two?
It only has the one.
Okay.
I think you guys still kept this one as well.
Yep. That was, well, it's listed as a starfighter, so it's what? Pilot gunner?
Correct.
And I'm kind of envisioning Darryl is claiming the 2400 as his now. So
I imagine that would be the case, or at least he has an affinity for that one.
it's all well and good, but it doesn't involve us stealing anything. That would be like breaking the code.
Try to steal the Star Destroyer.
Yeah, good luck with that. But yeah, I suppose that's not necessarily a terrible idea. Just spread everybody out and park them on the various craft and put people in the appropriate locations. Obviously, the best I can do is be a gunner, although I believe there are people who are better gunners than me.
Are you going to try and convince all the free traders and smugglers to have a run? Everyone leave at the same time.
Try. I'm certain Bosco can talk to sell snow to an Eskimo, or sell snow to a native of Hoth.
Maybe.
He can sell snow to Wampus. Oh yeah, we also know that Kira chick who also has a 2400.
This is true. You could contact her through Captain Matana.
Yeah, basically we need to involve every
be a mess.
Every rebel NPC that we've interacted with so far.
Well, if
so
we're going to do that,
get them all in.
We also need to find a way to get word to the Crimson Corsairs about where we are. And so a whole bunch of them need to drop out of light speed there. And then they're like, oh crap, there's a Star Destroyer. And the Star Destroyer is like, I don't know who they are, but they're not supposed to be here. Open fire. And it's a whole big mixed up marshmallow mess.
That could be funny. Well, they do have a vendetta against you.
Yep, because we've stolen 2 of their ships and jacked up their dude. We stole all their guns.
You stole their prize pilot.
How do we get the word to them? I mean, ultimately, that would probably end up being another Bosco thing where it's like he does acting or something like that over the or fast talk, where pretending to be, hey, I heard you were looking for some guys that looked like this. They're here and they're going to be leaving on this day, and he completely ignores the whole fact that, or skips the fact that, by the way, there's a Star Destroyer there.
Yeah, if they don't already know that, they're not very good pirates.
Well, clearly they're not. We took multiple of their ships away. They're crappy pirates. Who else have we tangled with that we can try to bring back into the finale, at least the season finale?
There's a senator that you rescued.
Right. A Naboo senator at that.
Who is, I believe she's compromised. So
Catalina Wren.
This is her. She actually has some information that you guys never found out.
It's because Luck is just he's not particularly curious. It's like, yeah, okay, whatever. Got
actually,
Ronan
or
Voss.
maybe you did find out. Did you ever find out why the Corsairs attacked with extreme prejudice Catalina's ship?
I seem to recall you having told us.
It was linked to the administrator, I thought, but it's been like a couple minutes since then, so I barely remember what I did yesterday.
Yeah, I don't think I'm not sure if you found out that info, but anyway.
Right, so start sending the word out to people and trying to trick people, or bad guys anyway.
All right, so how do you go about this? How do you get this message out? How's this montage going down?
Yeah, well, we're going to obviously have Bosco doing some fast talking for some of them. Did Bosco have acting? I don't remember. I don't know if acting is appropriate there.
It did. I have acting. and disguise.
Yeah, because I was thinking, at least with the pirates, you could pretend to be somebody who just discovered that the PCs are here and are leaving, and if they move fast, they can capture the PCs, and they still have all your gun, still have a whole bunch of equipment.
Yeah, stolen weapons, ammo, and equipment.
And is like, as to how you get that, I'm fairly certain that both the Streaker and the YT 2400 would at least have appropriate com codes because they belong to the pirates.
If I recall, in the mission that you went to the pirate base, you had the codes
Right,
in the
from the lounge singer.
from the Shrieker.
Right, and then he can reach out to the smugglers to see if any of them are planning on doing a big old blockade run.
While you're working this out, my brain is exploding, working out how I'm actually going to resolve that mechanically. I'm not going to do a space combat with
Yes, you are.
a whole bunch of
We
different
demand
ships. Not going to happen.
Demand it. Demand it. All right, we've been here for 24 hours. Round 2.
I think mass combat has some rules for lots of ships. Actually, it might be in one of the pyramids.
All right, does anybody else's Twitch not freaking ever remember you and keep logging you out?
Nope. I'm usually logged in unless I clear out my my cookies.
Damn thing keeps logging me out every dang week. Then I have to jump through the stupid hoops to.
I
Great.
think
Send it to that.
mechanically here, we've got how much support can we actually drum up? And after that, is that going to
All
be
the
enough
support.
to actually tax the air defense system enough to allow
Probably not.
SAW to get out? And then you just need to determine if anybody survives or doesn't survive.
That's boring, and you're boring. We want explosive stuffs.
You just need a Nubian N1. Actually, no. Nubian liner? Yacht? Then you can run blockades.
Yeah, but only if you have awesome R2 units.
All right, so you're going to be montaging, contacting people. So we can get the ball rolling on this one. How are we going to do that?
Via comms and Bosco being awesome, because he's our diplomancer.
All right.
Well,
so
Nim can do streetwise and get some support that way.
I'm telling you, you need to go talk to your buddy or contact your buddy, because you know he made it.
which buddy is that one?
That'd be Hobbs. Maybe he'll owe you a favor.
I was thinking about letting him know it was going to happen, open betting or something, turn it into a show.
You can tell him, wheel keeps turning, Badger. I mean, Hobbs.
I don't have enough screen real estate to bring up all these NPCs.
That sounded suspiciously like an excuse to me.
Actually, no, I do. Just.
Yeah, I don't know how about contacting like Martano and the other people, because we don't have them as contacts.
Cass is not a Sith.
Not yet.
Yeah, not yet.
For him to
No.
be a Sith, there needs to be two. A master and an apprentice.
Well, as far as Darth Sidious is concerned, he's broken that. He considers himself a Sith. Sorry.
Honestly, I don't think it really makes sense.
No, if you actually are familiar with the background knowledge, it does sort of, not background knowledge, but the background canon. Bane's rule of 2 does make sense in context, but as the other stuff goes on, the various books goes on, none of the Sith actually really followed it.
They're more
Fair
like
enough.
guidelines than actual.
They are more like
rules.
guidelines, because it's like if you officially go by the well, it's now legends. It's no longer official canon, but the outstanding book Plagueis, which is, well, obviously even though it's called Plagueis, it's really the origin of Palpatine / Darth Sidious, but Plagueis is still alive in Episode 1. According to that, he's still sort of calling the shots, or so he thinks. Right? The tail end, it sort of implies that that Sidious has been kind of manipulating him from the get go. But so that means there were 3 Sith at that time.
Interesting.
Guess that would not be counting Dooku.
No, Dooku hadn't been turned yet, although Sidious was starting. Yeah, because technically Dooku was still in the Jedi Order until after Qui-Gon died. Also, I still have entirely too much damn Star Wars knowledge.
Okay, so first up, you're going to need to do a comms roll if you're going to start contacting people from where you are.
Who's got
If
the
you're
best
going
comm
to
skill?
sneak back into Minerva, you'll need to do I'm happy to do that as a stealth roll. You
I
can
can
just
accompany
montage
somebody who sneaks.
that
I've
as
got a
a
13
stealth
in
roll.
stealth.
So for electronics ops comms, Tina's got a 12. Not sure if anybody's got anything better.
Yeah,
Oh,
I've got
I've got a
11.
14.
Somebody does have it better.
Did I roll it?
Obviously, you don't need to make the roll if you sneak back into Minerva. You only need to make the roll because you're remote at the moment.
You're still gonna need to make that to potentially contact people who are off planet, right?
Correct.
So it still will need to be rolled.
I rolled 14, success by 0.
All right, so Bosco, you're able to communicate with potential contacts. If there's any contacts that you wish to roll for, you're welcome to roll for it.
Okay, yeah, wait. Let's do. I guess I'll roll my the smuggler ship captain that I know. I have a name for him.
Well,
No,
roll to
you
see
do
if
have
he's
to see.
available first.
Oh, okay.
If he's available,
9 or
then you
less.
can work out a name.
9 or less. I rolled a 8, success by
Alright.
1.
So your smuggler contact is available. You managed to get him.
Maybe it's Han Solo, or he became Han Solo.
He could theoretically be running around at this point. He's like 26 at this point.
Or maybe it's the other guy that he was friends
Lando?
with, that he won the Millennium Falcon from. I don't know a lot about Star Wars. Or if he was a smuggler. All right.
My favorite smuggler, Talon Card.
Damn straight.
I remember that name.
Yep.
And then Kalen Bree, he's been kind of quiet lately.
Okay, you can roll for him as well.
Send him a text message. All right. I rolled a 8, success by 1.
Wow. So 2 contacts are available.
Good time for it, I guess.
All right, so what's your message to Kalen first?
I don't know, what is our message?
We're attempting a spontaneous act of rebellion.
We're doing a ping. We need everybody to show up, be there or be square.
Also,
Bring as many as you can.
We have, as extremely important information that all cells really need.
So bring everyone. You give the details of Moff Panaka's Star Destroyers blockading Phantine. So you give that information. You have important intel. Bring everyone.
Yep. And then I think for the smuggler captain.
So as noted, you could totally theoretically have it be Solo, because he's been a smuggler for like 7 years at this point. Because the mediocre movie Solo was set mostly in 10 BBY, which was 7 years ago.
Let's do for the smuggler. I don't know if it's Han or not. I just thought it'd be interesting if it was him.
I have no objection with it being
he
Han.
will
It does make the universe a little smaller, though.
He will basically provide it as an opportunity. Say, like, here's what's going on. There's got to be some way to make money off of this. So he's kind of giving him like an insider tip. He's giving him like an insider tip.
I hope his make money off of this doesn't include turning us over to the Empire.
No, not turning us over, but I don't know, steal from the Imperials, or
if they get the word out that there's going to be a flood the zone run, then basically anybody who's doing any smuggling, that's going to be the time to get out there and do it. So there are going to be people that need to get stuff off world.
Yeah, so this is like a prime opportunity, and I can provide some funds to him out of my personal wealth to
Well,
invest.
he says, look, if this is a plan and you're serious about it, you don't need to pay me. I'll make a lot of money getting off this rock, and so will a lot of other people. I'll pass the word. You can count on me being there, and I'm sure you can count on a bunch others. The situation here on Phantine's just getting way too nasty to stick around.
All right, Godspeed.
Tells you the Imperials are snatching up people left, right, and center. I don't know what it is they've got plans for them, but it's not good. Okay, so the word is being spread. What's his skill level?
He is a 12.
Okay, so roll his skill. See how well he spreads the word.
Does our trove of communications intelligence include potential spots where the local authorities have been instructed that security is weak and should be upgraded, for example?
Run that by me again.
He's hoping the info that we have has basically gone, there's a hole in this, right in this area.
Has it revealed vulnerabilities?
Oh, in the data you've got.
Yeah.
Let's have the universe decide that.
It's the wrong thing I was trying to roll.
But that's a 14. You can keep that roll, or you can roll again. It's up to you.
I'll totally use that as the reaction.
All right, so that's a good reaction.
I was like about to hit it, and you're like, reaction roll. I'm like, oh, and my stupid finger twitched. I'm like, holy crap.
Sure, there is a weakness. Since you turned on the communications array on the Star Destroyer,
yeah, boy.
It's damaged a bunch of their systems, and their systems are down for repairs and such. So we can say in a particular zone, their sensor data is sketchy at best.
Shiny.
I guess when it comes to do your thing, that will equate to bonuses, I guess.
Gonna shoot some raspberry jam at them.
We'll just say that they're targeting it on this particular zone is basically, fire by eye, since the targeting data is really dodgy. They're almost blind in that sector.
Right. What else you want?
You wanted to do some streetwise?
I would be happy to do some streetwise.
You will need to make a communications roll, or someone would need to make it for you. Actually, streetwise would be at a penalty, unless you're on site.
On site where?
As in going around talking to people. So in Minerva, you'd have to sneak into Minerva and move around the streets and.
Oh, are we
streetwise.
Focused on Minerva here?
Well, at the moment you're not in Minerva. You're.
Right. I didn't know this was focused on Minerva.
Well, that's the main city. There are other places, so I guess the word will be spread elsewhere as well. But the majority of stuff will be coming from Minerva, it being the capital.
Right. And we're not in it. Okay. I'm catching up.
So if you do it via communications only, there'll be penalties. We'll say -3. I think that's the unfamiliarity penalty. Or the cultural familiarity penalty. It would serve as similar if trying to do everything over a phone.
Okay. Sure.
So you would have to sneak in if you want to do it without penalties, or communications roll and do it with penalties.
Well, we've got to sneak in anyway, don't we?
Potentially, but you do have a bunch of ships that aren't in.
Well, you might be able to include that with maybe you leading Saw and his guys to sneak into their ship, so they can join us when we go crazy.
Your
I mean,
choice.
I don't know. If we had to sneak in already anyway, I mean, we could do it in there, but I don't know about the timing of it. I don't know. Whatever. I'm just gonna roll,
Okay.
which
So
was
that's
kind of shit, but there it is.
stealth.
What?
So that roll was for stealth.
No. Well, streetwise. Are we doing the stealth now?
Well, it's up to you. I don't know if I made that clear. If you want to do your
Evidently not.
streetwise remotely, then you'll need to make a communications roll first, and then your streetwise will be out of penalty. If you
Why are we
sneak
rolling
in,
communications.
then you have to make a stealth roll, but then your streetwise will be at no penalty.
So you should sneak in and do it that way.
Well, we'll just call it the sneak then.
By
Yeah.
4 and by 3.
There's that. Okay.
Okay, so Nim, you will sneak in to Minerva. Upon arriving there, you will see that you guys have certainly stirred up the hornet's nest. The streets are crawling with troopers. You will also learn that rumors are going around that people are just being snatched, kidnapped, and taken
Right.
away by the Imperials. These people are also being, or the stormtroopers are being sort of escorted by or working together with Novasec to collect these people. Anyone that has a criminal record or criminal history is being gathered and taken away, and you will receive a message from Hobbs. Do you wish to communicate with Hobbs?
No, but I will.
Hang on, while I bring up my note. Hobbs will say, you have, I believe, I'm not certain, that what's going on is a direct result of whatever it is you're involved in. I have some urgent information for you, but I'll part with that information on a condition. I need you to get me off this rock with all my wares, or valuable wares. It is getting a little too tough to run business here. I don't know if you're aware, but the Imperials, along with Novasec, are gathering up all the gangs, or all the gang leaders and cartel leaders. I'm laying low at the moment, and they haven't found me, but they're looking. Word is that they have an offer. If the gang leaders or cartels can give up some credible information that leads to the capture of whoever it was involved with the recent incident and some of the other goings on here, they will allow that gang/cartel to continue their business uninterrupted. If they don't have that information, or they lie about it, the Imperials are pressing them to work in the mines. However, if they do not wish to be pressed into the mines, they are happy for the gangs to collect people and turn them over to the Empire as forced labor. As you know, I value my position here, and I have an affinity with the people. I'll not submit to their rule. I don't want to work in the mines myself, and I'm not going to kidnap people to work in the mines for them. I need to get off world, and I believe that you have some resources that will help me do that. In exchange, I will give you some important information that I know is valuable to you.
All right. Well, we clearly have plenty of potential rides off world.
It's not just me. I want my earnings, my life's work here to go with me. At least the valuable stuff. Nothing big. Just a bunch of credits and such. Some valuables, personal effects.
How much luggage are we talking about here?
And that is when Giger remembered his accent for the character.
He didn't forget. He just wasn't using it yet.
Just a few big cases, like suitcases, whatever the Star Wars equivalent is of a suitcase. It amounts to my entire wealth, my operations here.
So, do we actually have any specific people that we're talking to about their trips off world, or is this just kind of a call going out?
You've just made a call going out. So your smuggler contact is contacting the people that he knows, saying that these guys are going to do a run, Naruto run on the Star Destroyer or the blockade.
Okay, so yeah.
You're
So
hoping that people answer the call.
So I think Nim would probably then respond with, yeah, we might know a guy. I'll have to get back to you on the details. But the more people we get going on this flood the zone thing, the better your chances of survival are.
Well, I don't want to go with just anyone. I don't trust a lot of the people here, and I've no shortage of enemies amongst those that would be answering your call to run the blockade. If I'm gonna go, I want to make sure it's with you.
He likes you.
Yeah, I wasn't actually planning on leaving.
There you are. We're gonna have
Am
to
I?
leave for a little bit.
Oh wait, okay.
Inevitably.
Are we doing that? I don't. As far as I knew at this point, we were just trying to get Saw off world. I don't know that we were going somewhere. So are we going somewhere? Are we going to Naboo or something?
It's entirely up to you. You may want to just get Saw off world and return.
Well, I didn't think we had to actually go with him in order to make that happen.
Well, you'd be utilizing your ships, unless you're not
What's
going
the
to
adventure?
take part.
Yeah, I thought he had his ship.
Saw has his ship. He'll certainly sneak into Minerva and board his ship and then do the run.
Oh, you mean if we're taking part in the run? Well, I mean, I guess that's probably true. I mean, we could. Now, my concern here is that he just basically said that the gangs are getting carte blanche if they hand over somebody that's involved. So he may be just trying to betray us here.
In which case, you shoot him in the face and take his, suitcases full of credits.
So I have to think about how to shield ourselves from that sort of eventuality.
You could send him with Saw as long as someone.
So Saw can shoot him in the face and take his briefcase, his suitcases full of credits. That's some good, good evil thinking there, Nim.
It's not so much that, although that is a potential thing.
Saw would definitely shoot him in the face and take his credits.
Absolutely.
If my concern is he's going to give us up, I don't want to hand him over to Saw and have him give Saw up, for example.
That is a potential risk.
Yeah.
If you have to detect lies, I think you can roll it, but you're at penalties to do it remotely.
Well, I don't have that anyway. Anyway, I'll. Nim will tell him he'll have to get back to him anyway because he's got to see to the arrangement. So he'll get back in contact while I sort this out with the group because we're going to have to sort this out with the group.
Well, Hobbs says you best make that decision fast. The information I'm willing to trade has a timer on it.
Yeah, I probably need to know more about what that information is before you go yay or nay. I may have missed some of the may have that when I was AFK.
I'm not super concerned about that, honestly.
You might be.
Well, I'm not doing this because we need that information. I'm doing this because we need more people to get involved. So whatever that information actually is not important. That is until we get the information, in which case we might decide it is, but we don't know that yet. No, so really at this point, I don't think anybody's going to make a fuss if we try to bring him along, except that we need to be able to cover our asses in case he is going to try to pull some shenanigans. So
this is true.
I will shoot him in the face with no hesitation.
either, if he were going to betray us, then he would either contact them while we were aboard and in progress, or he would have himself followed when he boards the ship, whichever one that is. I can't think of what else he would do other than to let them know where we are and not try to board the ship. So we would have to make the location a last minute thing, probably give him the whole bag over the head treatment and all that, which could be hilarious.
Or less bag on the head, and more. You need to get into this box.
Mm-hmm. Or whatever, yeah.
You have to trust me, and you're gonna owe me.
Also, and no transmitters of any kind. We'll check it for transmissions, and that's probably gonna cover most of it. So where we put him will depend on how we decide to split ourselves up here.
Well, at this point, we need to work out whether you accept his offer or not. Whether you plan to take assurances so you don't get backstabbed.
Well, we will have discussed that. We will have come up with a basic plan. Does anybody have a problem with doing this? I assume not.
I'm trusting you.
None opposed. Okay.
So you take him up on the deal?
Yeah, well, I'll give him the deal. Tell him we're gonna have some tell him we're gonna have to jump through some hoops, but we can make it happen.
All right. So he will tell you, excellent. He will look at his clock and he'll watch and say, I hope for your sake that you're getting this information early enough, but your name is on their list.
Yep, time to get your family out.
He says, I don't know where you are, but they're going to go to your family's place looking for you. If they don't find you, they're likely to get to you via your family. Well, they may just take your family in exchange. I suggest that you do something to protect them. I respected your father. I was sorry that to see him die at the hands of the Empire. They deserve to pay for what they've done here. Take this information and act on it fast.
And then he's like, hello? Hello?
Mm-hmm.
Hello? And him's like, already long gone.
I just want to confirm, your character still does have the criminal record, right?
Well,
you have
no,
social
he's got
stigma
a
criminal.
stigma from having been a criminal. He was a criminal, but he did go to prison for it.
That doesn't matter. Not to the Empire.
Well,
They're
may
like,
not.
You're totally a recidivist. And honestly, they're technically correct.
Well, that's beside the point.
Are we the baddies?
You're terrorists.
Sweet.
All right. So you have some time-critical information that your family is potentially at risk of being carted off by the Empire. They're looking for you, but given that they're just gathering people, they probably don't care. And if you recall, some of the information that was given to you in that data log is that Palpatine has given Administrator Krital authority to do whatever he wants.
I wonder what the specifics of this mandate are.
If it's brought up in the Imperial Senate, it doesn't matter.
Well, I'm thinking more specifically locally. If they are just grabbing people.
Well, they're going to be grabbing people and put them into forced labor in the mines to make sure that they can meet their supply quota. At the same time, they're trying to find you rebel scum.
Because I have an idea, and it won't be pleasant.
I'm already liking this idea.
I'm going to close these images.
What's your idea?
Go home.
Okay. Are you going to get arrested? That's the last we see of Nim?
Well, what are they going to... They're going to throw me in the mines. I mean, I've already done that before.
Yeah, but you're not going to be able to escape because they're going to fit you with a cool explosive neck collar.
Well, that just means season 2, you guys are going to have to come rescue me.
What if we just get the detonation button and hit it because you're now a liability, remember? You were the one that floated that about Bosco's girlfriend. next season is everybody running because Luck is assassinating them from long distances.
Maybe.
Tina's running. He's like, sorry. Zap. Bosco's flyer explodes.
Okay.
But why don't you make the contact thing? You can bring your family with us, and they can be additional
Well,
assets later.
I mean, that means they're gonna have to bail on everything they've set up here, and they've got a life here.
That's fine. That means that gives them a good reason to fight harder when we come back.
B, Nim's got this gut feeling that Panaka's not going to be around forever.
Panaka's not the problem. It's Administrator Krytel.
With the authority of the Emperor.
And he's
To meet-
never going to die.
To meet demand of their quota so that they can build a super weapon.
Yeah, but the other part of it, where the hell are they going to go?
Your
I
family.
mean, the Emperor's
Yeah.
never going to die. He's going to, he's going to become the master of mankind by the will of the gods and master of. Oh wait, that's the wrong Emperor. Never mind.
Well, they could just leave and survive, join the rebellion.
Damn straight, they can turn into badass, commando types.
Or they could lay low. Just get off world for a little bit. Till the rebellion come back and liberate Phantine. Who knows?
That's boring. I want his younger brother or sister or something like that to end up having to become a super badass rebel commando who's super bitter and hardened.
And Bull can become an attack droid. Big guns on him everywhere.
Replace his brain with an IG-88 or an IG droid. No, I kind of like the self-sacrifice idea. I just don't know how. This is the time to do it. Is the thing.
Well, there's no guarantee that your self-sacrifice protects your family either.
Well, there's no guarantee if they run, they're going to do any better.
That'd be about right. He's like, I'm going to sacrifice myself, and then it's cut to the next scene where he's in the mine next to his sister, and she's like, "Oh, I'm going to sacrifice myself for you."
Shut up.
Save the family, he said.
We're together.
Chink, chink, dig, dig, chink, chink, dig, dig. Who are Nim's family? You have a mother? Do you have other siblings? I don't think that's... I didn't see it.
You need a super big family so they can crew the Corellian Corvette that we're going to have to steal from Captain Martano.
Just because I have an image for it and it's kind of relevant.
Okay, that's... Oh, look, they've got their own ship that they can leave in.
I think the AI may have used the Traveller. What is it?
That does sort of look like
Marava.
a Traveler ship, yeah.
Marva class, yeah.
So I think what Nim is
He's
actually
going
going
to
to do
his
here
family's already gone.
is Nim is going to tell his family that they're coming for him and that he's going to come home and make himself available. And then they're undoubtedly going to say, hell no, and they can go F themselves. And he'll try to talk them out of it, but it's ultimately up to them.
And then that's going to build up some angst for next season when he finds out that mom got crippled and you're never going to see the baby sister again because she just disappeared, and you got to go into a mine and extract them out.
And you now have a dependent because your nephew or something lost his sister or his mum.
Actually, does the blockade extend? Is that blocking traffic out of the system, or is it blocking traffic out of orbit, for example? Because his uncle runs a starport.
It blocks out of the system because everyone uses the hyperspace lanes, so they all enter and exit in the same area so that they don't crash into stuff.
Yeah, anyway,
kind of like Traveller jump points. At least that's how I understand the hyperspace lanes work.
Well, the reason I was asking is because they can actually go connect with the uncle's starport if they're not being prevented from leaving the
Everybody's
surface.
being prevented from leaving. They're
That's
gonna have
why
to
I
be
was
part of the
asking:
thing.
are they being prevented from leaving orbit, or
Yes, everyone's prevented. Everyone's grounded. So if you leave, you're airborne. you're a target.
Anyway, like I said, he'll warn the family, and he will attempt to come home after we get everything settled.
All right. Do you pass on this information to the rest of your team?
No, you got to keep it to yourself. You have to
Yeah,
keep
it
secrets
seems like
and tell lies.
the thing that you're supposed to do is to keep everything secret.
Keep secrets and tell lies.
I think
I've watched
he'll tell him.
television.
He'll tell him the end result of it. I don't think he's going to discuss his plan with the group.
All right, but you will tell them that your family is in danger.
Well, get them off planet.
Okay. So, with that information, does the group have anything to add?
Tell him to get his family off planet. They can go with us. The first step in a successful war is knowing when to withdraw when you have no other option.
All right. What I need to know now is the group going to organize a mission or something to extricate the family, or is this solely going to be Nim's responsibility?
If we need to do a mission, Luck is totally up for it. He's mostly useless in the conversation part anyway.
Nim is going to have called the family and told them the situation. He's going to attempt to convince them to let him come home and get the heat off of him.
Jurors are stubborn, aren't they?
No, but they are non-aggressive. So
then you're
it's
really
going to
weird.
be, yeah. I've actually pointed that out in his background.
I missed that part.
His family is a little weird in that they are not non-aggressive, so they're more likely to rebel than other families might be. Also, Duros have large families, so they may not all fit.
All right.
They're just going to disappear into the junkyard. Stormtroopers are come in there and they're like, "Where is everybody?" And they're like, because there's like a extensive underground tunnel network, right?
But they also have they build companies and large structures like that, so they're not going to want to necessarily give that up unless they have to. So this is not going to be an easy thing if they decide to pick up and leave.
All right. So in this case, your mother says, "Screw that. We've spent too much time and effort building this place. They can come and try and take us."
In a super thick New York accent.
But we'll send them packing.
That's
not necessary, Ma. They're just here for me. I come home, they can come get me. I'll go work the mines.
I'm not going to let them take you. They took you away from me once. I'm not going to let it happen again. Not to you, not to any of my babies.
They're just going to make you work the mines. You can't work the mines.
Johnny, go get those phased plasma cannons ready. We're going to have company.
In the 40-watt range, Ma?
Those cannons don't work. Nobody's fixed them.
You haven't been around for a while. Johnny fixed them.
Why does nobody tell me these things?
They'll only explode in 1 in 5 shots.
If they're coming for you, don't come home. I'll not let them take you.
Then you hear blasters fire.
They took you, your pappy. They're not going to take you. What's his link?
Anywho. Okay, so predictably, they don't want to play along with Nim's plan, so he recommends Plan B is to get off world, and I guess we need to know if they need help getting off world or not, because we have ships and stuff.
They have ships.
Well, they don't have.
I see 2 of them.
They're junked. It's scrap.
I see 3 of them. Maybe 4.
They own a salvage company, so they have ships.
Uh-huh. They're, quote, junked, unquote. You've been away from the scrapyard for a while now.
You can't collect salvage without a way to bring the salvage back.
No, but you can become a smuggler and pretend to be a salvage person.
Well, I don't have any control over that. Anyway, okay, so it's apparently going to go that direction.
Yep. We're going to have to, next season, it's going to have to start with us Do an immediate res assault inside a mine to liberate your family.
So the
Those
question
that
is,
survived.
A, are they going to leave? B, if they are going to leave, do we need to collect them?
Well, at this point, they're not going to leave unless you somehow influence them to leave.
Okay.
And if they don't leave,
either I need to stay here and get caught, or they need to leave. So
Or they need to get caught so we can do the assault.
if they're not going to play along and actually allow me to get caught, then they need to leave.
well, they don't want you to get caught.
And they don't want to leave.
And they don't want to leave. Maybe you need to stun them. Be a Baraka style.
Did I mention the large family? There's more than one.
You got
They're
lots
not
of
all
ships.
in the same place
Assert
either.
dominance. Assert dominance.
You do have a sense of duty to the family. So, you will have to do something in their best interests. You have a dilemma.
Well, I don't have a skill to use here.
Do you not have diplomacy?
No.
Oh, wait. I don't have diplomacy either. Do you not have any social skills?
Oh, his primary social skill is fast talk, but that's not going to work here.
Ah.
You hear in the background, Mom, Novaseka here, and there's a bunch of troopers with him.
Pew, 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 pew.
Your mom says, well, don't let them come in. Lock the blast doors.
Ah.
And then you hear sort of the sound of a blaster cannon. Sort of pew.
Then your mom says, you were always my least favorite, Nim, but you're okay. No, she doesn't say that.
Great. Right, well, there's nothing else I can do here.
This will work out awesome. Now we have our first mission for season 2. Rescue Nim's family and turn them into a super elite team of Imperial killing Duros.
You hear your mum in the background. She just puts the phone down. This is my property. Get off my property. Step foot on my property and he's gonna nail you. And then you hear one of your siblings. That's right, Mom. I got him lined up good. Just give the word, Mom. And at this point, you will hear some pew, pew, pew return fire from stormtroopers. Well, stormtrooper blasters. You hear the red over the comms. All right, so the plan. What are people doing?
So, did Nim actually tell any of us that any of this is going on, or is this all under
Think
the
he
table?
did. I think he told you the gist, but I don't think he told you that he is going to give himself up, if I'm not mistaken.
What is the rest of the plan at this point? Do we have what we need?
Well, you've spread the word. You're hoping that people will answer the call. You might end up taking off and not see anyone and go, no one's coming.
Ramming speed.
And then as you're sort of flying your lone ships towards the Star Destroyer with, imminent defeat, you will sort of bank around the top of the Star Destroyer, and then you'll start
Nim's
seeing.
family had already partially disassembled the Star Destroyer.
That would be funny.
That's what they get for pissing them off.
All right, so we're gonna move this along. What are you
Yep.
guys doing?
So when Nim links back up with us, I'm presuming, with reveal up, yep, my family's been at least taken, possibly killed. And it's like, luck.
I guess that's how that went.
Well,
Yeah, luck
let's
will
just
at
say,
least be,
unless you're going to not intervene or not mount a rescue, then it's currently taking place.
Well, the timeline has gotten a little muddled here. So Nim made the call. He told them that they were coming for him. He tried to talk them out of doing anything stupid. He failed. So they got
did something
caught.
stupid.
So
Some of them may have been killed.
at this point, there's no reason for Nim to give himself up because they're not going to let them out. And
not going to mount a rescue?
We're not capable of that.
Well, let's say not mount a rescue, but you could be the cavalry.
Right now, their best defense is they don't know where Nim is.
Okay. So you will assume, well, you don't know what's happened to your family then.
Honestly, it might be over and cleared by the time he arrives there.
I presume it would be.
So it's like, maybe you get there and there's a cordon of Novasec and Imperial stormtroopers, but they seem relaxed and calm. And like maybe he sees a couple of the family members being herded into speeders of some sort and realizes, okay, then we'll have to identify their location. And after we get Saw off planet, our next mission, the very first mission in season 1 or season 2, will be liberate Nim's family from the mines. Also take out everybody, or liberate a bunch of other people too, because we're gonna get a whole bunch of actual insurgents and have like a mass combat unit.
Or the entirety
Or
of
3.
season 2 is having to go find each of his family members in all these different places.
Sold off as slaves.
Honestly, we did not need to see your male cousin in the skimpy dancing outfit.
No, you really didn't.
Okay, so you've sent out the word that you're going to pull off this great escape at this time. You have a plan in place in case Hobbs is intending to backstab you.
Mm-hmm.
And it involves shooting him in the face and taking his suitcases full of credits, which will probably not have credits in them.
Just make sure you don't put him on Saw's ship.
Well, my character's not callous, so he won't think about doing that. But he may think about it, but he wouldn't actively do it.
No, I think actually what I'd probably like to do is put him on the same ship with Saw, and once we're out of the danger area, actually have him talk to Saw. Saw may have use for him.
Saw might have use for him, but Saw's going to take his money. Well, it depends on how useful he is, I guess.
Yeah, exactly. He might be more useful with this money.
Possible. All right, well then, let's fast forward to stuff happening, unless there's anything else that you want to do.
Let the zone time.
I was really hoping you guys would go rescue Nim's family.
We will at the very beginning of next season, which will be, pretty close to this.
I had an awesome map for it too.
Do we need to, suddenly go up? No, we need to rescue his family.
No.
I want to see the awesome map of is it the
I kind of want to see
scrapyard?
it too.
Is it the scrapyard?
You didn't tell me you had a map.
That would have completely changed everything. It'd be like, that is a pretty cool damn map. We're gonna have to conduct an assault rescue. That is a really cool map. Did you make this?
AI.
Well done, AI.
Yeah, it's not quite top down, but close enough.
Yeah, I was thinking that, but it's pretty darn awesome. I like that.
Yeah, that was actually one use that I could see for the 3D stuff that they're working on for Fantasy Grounds is being able to do an actual isometric map like that.
Well,
and
their
make it work.
3D is going to be point of view 3D.
Right, I know what they're doing, but it might be useful for this case as well to actually make the hexes the right angle.
Now I'm disappointed you didn't conduct a rescue there.
I'm a little bit disappointed we didn't try, but
that's a pretty darn cool map. So we need to make sure to find a way to forcibly incorporate this into the next season. Like there's something we need to get, or we turn the abandoned scrapyard into a secret base of operations and have to defend it against troopers or something. But that is definitely a cool map.
I'm sure I'll find a use for this map somewhere because it is really cool. It looks badass.
All right, let's.
All right, so
go forward
Cass.
and get shot at.
Cass will approach Tina and say,
"I love you.
I have asked Saw if I can stay here on Phantine and train you. You have potential. Clearly, you have inherited some of your mother's ability. Would you accept my guidance?"
Sith.
Yeah, I know.
He says,
no. He thinks he can train her as well as Yoda did.
I'm not a Jedi, but Well, I am not a Jedi yet, but I feel I have something to offer you, and you could learn to control the powers that you have. The Force has chosen you.
Right. She'll mull it over for a second, and then she's definitely curious about what else she can learn.
Although that
So,
hideous burn mark on its face is really freaking you out.
yeah, that's the only thing that kind of gives her a little bit of pause, but she'll eventually nod and say, "All right, I agree."
Shiny, we have 2 potential
I don't-
Force users in
I don't
this
have to
group
get
now.
like a burn on my face to be a Jedi, do I?
No, but they
He
don't
sort
allow
of-
pink hair.
He sort of fingers the scar on his face, and he says,
No, but you probably will lose a hand.
"Yeah, that happens to all Jedi that aren't
She
trained
doesn't
by
have
Yoda."
detect lies.
What do you mean that aren't trained by Yoda? Luke was trained by Yoda and he lost a hand.
Oh, this is true. But did he lose the hand? No, he lost it after he got trained by Yoda.
Yep.
Obi-Wan never lost any parts, as far as we know.
He lost all of his parts. Do you not remember
Well,
A New Hope? That's all of them.
He says, as he's fingering his scar, he says, "I hope you do not have to wear a scar such as this. This was a dark time for the Jedi, and you may, you don't need to make body language roll, but you may sense there's a hint of, bitterness or
Rage,
revenge,
anger, maybe.
Anger.
I heard it leads to hate.
I heard hate leads to suffering.
Says, then I will stay." Cass goes to Saw and says, "Saw, the time has come for you to make that decision. I want to stay here and train Tina. She can be an asset in the future." Saw contemplates this and says,
Can it
I
be
could
done?
I could use you in the days and months ahead. You are a valuable member of the partisans.
That dude's going to say, you know Cal Kestis at this point.
But if you feel this is a investment in our future, then stay here. I will return.
Oh, right. Cal, episode 2 of the surprisingly decent, what the hell were those adventure, or the damn games called? God,
Computer games?
brain. My brain is just like hot garbage. Jedi Fallen Order. And then Jedi Survivor. Yeah, I forgot the second one is around 9 BBYs, so that was a while back. So Cal may be dead. Never mind. Or
Well-
he disappeared with the sexy Dathomiri chick, and they went off to have Force-sensitive babies.
Cass will stay because he can't go with Saw because Saw doesn't have any Jedi on Jeddah. So either Cass dies or
That's true.
stays.
Or
But
we
he has
just
a
didn't
psychic
see him.
tentacle monster.
I hated that. That was so stupid. All right, let's go get shot down, guys. So we can end up in the same prison that Nim's family's in. Although
Well, make
thinking
them
that-
easier to find.
Thinking that through, though, Luck is a former clone. He may just get executed.
Well, then you could just play the same character, only it's a different one.
I'm using the same character, but then now I'm
Loophole?
a loophole.
That would be funny.
Yeah, a long time back, I was actually, I think I want to say it was back in the West End games. We were talking about doing like a stormtrooper sort of campaign where everybody starts as the same, literally the same stats, and if you die, you just start over, same stats. I'm also moderately disappointed I never got around to running my Rogue 2 idea.
Well, aren't we planning to do that at some point?
Maybe.
Maybe Rogue 2 takes place between season 1 and season 2 of this.
The current PCs do not want to be involved in Rogue 2 because the entire point is
Everyone dies.
Because they're Bothans, and many Bothans died to bring us this information.
Ah, but we're not Bothans.
Hence, the PCs can't be involved. And
We could just survive it.
official post Disney canon or the post-Disney merger crap, Bothans are not identified as to what they are.
Okay. So we have some ships here. We have that one. Who's going on that one?
Darryl?
We have that one. And are you going to use your arc fighter?
I think the Arc Fighter is more effective than at least one of these two, because the Arc Fighter has more guns.
Well, whether or not that's useful is going to depend on whether or not how many PCs are going to be on each vessel.
Yeah. The Arc Fighter can handle 3. You have pilot, co-pilot, and then you have the tail gunner. The 2400, if nothing else, we may stick Nim's buddy in here. So Nim might be on that one as well. No, wait, Nim's one of the pilots.
There's a way to drag the avatar picture, not the token.
Yeah, it's a controller shift or one of them.
Oh, it's not Control, Shift, or Alt. Maybe
Well,
it
it
doesn't
used
do
to
it
be.
anymore.
Yeah, it's doing the token now.
Interesting.
That's annoying.
Yeah.
I'm gonna try something. Figured it out. You can't have a token on the character. I removed my token, so he'll probably end up needing to be added back on. But that allows you to do that.
That's a bit annoying.
That is a bit annoying. Can you add the token back for luck? I didn't realize I couldn't add it back in it at all. And then I'm like, oh yeah, I remember that now.
Really? So
Yeah, we can't see any of the players can't see any of the assets. They changed that a while back.
Mm-hmm.
It was really, really irritating. Thank
that's
you.
your token? Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. Anyway, Daryl's gonna fly the YT, so I mean, it doesn't matter which other one we take, really.
I'm thinking the Starfighter, the Arc. But then, of course, Luck is going to think that because that is more familiar to him than this Shrieker, simply because the Arc is a Clone Wars vessel. Who, apart from Darryl, who is the best pilot? Ignoring Darryl, it's clearly not Luck. Both of my piloting skills are like I have like contragrav and the jetpack. I don't have actual high performance starfighter. I
think it may have been
should.
Nim.
So do you want to be a snub fighter pilot?
Well, if we do that, we'll have to squeeze Chucklehead into the bin on that thing. Where's Saw gonna be actually?
He's got his own ship.
Okay, he does have his own ship.
I will assume that when all this goes down, all the ships, pilots and stuff still have access to their ships at the starport. They're just grounded.
Okay. It's gonna make the most sense to put Nim and the pilot on the fighter then.
I guess theoretically, if we need to have Numbskull in the same vessel as you, we can put him in the co-pilot. Although that's like the forward gunner position. So
I don't think we necessarily need to take that literally.
yeah, I would just as soon put him in the 2400 and say, hey, Nim has to be in this one, and he knows that the rest of the PCs are your team, right? So I will maintain the rear turret, and whoever is going to, and then you can have a toss up between Bosco and Tina about the turret on the 2400 and the co-pilot / forward gunner on the Arc. Both of you guys have like gunner, right?
Right. We got Dead Meat and Red Jumper here as well, so we can spread them out here.
Well, we can put them in the Shrieker and see it explode.
Or that.
And go, no! I need to hit the button for that to actually transmit, don't I?
So Tina and Bosco, where will they go?
Tina is gunner. She does not have have like the correct piloting skills, so she'll gun. I guess
Gun
2400.
gun for him. Okay, and then that would put Bosco as the co-pilot / gunner on the Arc. And like Giger pointed out, we've got the other two guys, we can put them in the Shrieker. I'm certain that will not end up with them getting blown apart and exploding. Absolutely positive.
That'll be handled by a universe reaction roll. They'll need to get a
Very
neutral.
good to survive.
Yeah, a good or better. Very good, they survive. Good, their ship's damaged and they can't escape. Anything worse than that, they are dead meat.
Well, maybe they can, do a ramming speed against the storm or the TIE fighters and or stormtrooper, or not stormtroopers, Death Star. Damn, I can't speak words, can I? Star Destroyer. Blah.
Okay, where is Hobbs going to go?
And the 2400.
Yeah, we'll put him in there.
All right.
I mean,
so
he's going to be aware that this is Nim's team, so Nim is not abandoning him or anything.
all right. So as far as you can tell, Hobbs is legit in that he wants to get off world. He is not.
So since Cass is wanting to, clearly has a thing for Tina, we're going to stick him on the 2400 as well. And Luck is absolutely going to warn him to keep an eye on Hobbs in case he does something dumb.
All right. So Cass will do that.
I'm relying on you there, youngling.
You see, he gives you a bit of a side eye at calling him a youngling.
And then Luck will realize what he called him. He's like, apologies, old habits.
He nods.
We need an R2 series Astro Droid for our Starfighter.
I know, right?
I thought you had.
Can we fit Bull in there? Where's Bull? I need to look at the image.
Yeah, he's not an astromech.
Doesn't matter. We just need to stick the darn droid in there. No, we couldn't fit him in there. He wouldn't fit.
Put his head on an
you can't
astromech
get
body.
Bull anyway because Bull's at the family's scrapyard.
Yeah, he's
What are
been
you talking about?
confiscated as evidence.
No, he hasn't been confiscated at all. He's gone all commando in there. He's just like become scrap and they don't see him, and then he takes out a stormtrooper and nobody knows what happens to that poor stormtrooper.
That would be kind of hilarious, actually.
One of the stormtroopers says, "He's in the trees."
Exactly. He's all Predator on their ass. Want some candy?
All right. I think we are good to go.
Okay, why is it that the Clone Wars tech is so freaking cool looking?
What are you referencing in particular?
Yes. I was actually looking for the ARC 170 cutaway, and that led me to seeing some of the other cutaways that they have, like what is this stupid thing? Wow, I don't know. It's really small. But one of the things was like the Venator class Star Destroyer cutaway, and what is this other one?
Their walkers are all cool.
Yeah, I mean, it's like the Clone Wars, the Republic tech is just really, really cool looking. So I have to give Lucas that much at least.
It's the difference between 70s design and 90s design. Or is it 2000s?
But at the same time, you can look at it and go, oh, I can see how this became that. The V-Wing fighter was the other one. I'm like, okay, this is cool. This is cool. I can see how the Venator class becomes a proper Imperator class Star Destroyer. Anyway,
all right.
Sorry, I distracted us again.
So you have given the call. This is happening now. Should we resolve this via a universe roll, or should we just assume that you are the big damn heroes?
Well, it is the season finale. That's up to you, I guess.
I think we'll assume that you are the big damn heroes. So your call to rebellion, thus this episode's name,
Nice.
is answered.
And Loophole is absolutely going to send some sort of semi-repaired stuff being flown by B-1 battle droids.
I guess Loophole will be giving you a send-off. Maybe he's flying the lat with some of his battle droids as extra distraction.
Is not particularly effective in that sort of kind of fight.
Well, he can fight and retreat.
As long as he is aware that his in fact, Luck will straight up inform him his mission is to retreat. Because there's so few of us left anymore.
He understands. He has a couple of Roger Rogers. He'll, before it gets too hairy, and once he's sure that you guys are going to make your escape, he will retreat and disappear. Hopefully in the chaos they don't follow him. So, on command, the ships all begin to lift off the starport. As they do, stormtroopers appear from everywhere and they're on the platforms and they're firing up ineffectively at all these ships as they launch, pivot, and go skyward, one after the other, in like a mass of just ships. You guys are joining this mass of ships. I will need pilot rolls from those people that are doing the piloting. And I'll also need a navigation roll. I'm going to assume that Darryl succeeds. And I guess if you're in a gunner position and have a turret, you can roll your gunnery. And if you succeed, you manage to cause a little damage as you exit.
It
All right.
just occurs to me.
Tina, describe your gunnery. What have you done?
Tina will have a complete and total Luke moment where she misses, and finally gets one, and she's like, "Yes, I got one!" And over comms, Luck says, "Don't get cocky, kid."
Or maybe freaking Darryl says that. I don't know if she understands him.
Does she understand Wookiee?
Nope. It's broken, so she probably
she
probably
picks it
lost
up
the
as
transition.
She understands it. Don't get penisy, kid.
Yeah, there you go.
Damn, Nim. Margin crit on that pilot.
Okay.
Damn. That's
Wow.
why I couldn't hit anything, because I failed by 2. And he's like going, I'm going to try spinning. And he spins so damned well that I can't see nothing. Neither can anybody else.
You're just stunned. You're in awe of his spin.
He's angry about his family and taking his rage out on his enemies.
Yep, he's causing TIE fighters to crash into each other with that kind of roll.
Does
he's going for
Bosco
maneuver kill.
Does Bosco have navigation?
Yeah, Bosco has navigation.
Can I get a navigation
low.
roll from Bosco, please?
Is there any bonus to it? Straight up.
Just straight up.
Hyperspace or space?
Just space.
Hey, to interject, you were asking before about stuff we needed to do with the vehicle sheet. We need a modifier for the handling.
Ooh,
that not
good
there?
thought.
Oh, okay, so it's an actual
We need
clickable
a button.
modifier.
Good thought.
Yeah.
I
can
was
add that.
actually contemplating. I suspect it would. Speaking of that, I suspect it would be a bit more difficult to do. But like how you drag an item onto the inventory and then it shows up in the combat thing. I was thinking it'd be nice if we could add a vehicle thing, and it has some of that stuff on it.
Actually compute the driving skill or whatever.
Well, less that than but just have this is your if it has any, well, I don't know about the weapons. And now I'm rethinking that, because the only thing you really need is the handling. That's the only thing you really need to roll on there. But it was just a thought that I'd had, where it's like you could drag the vehicle into the inventory and it shows up as vehicles, where you have melee, range, defenses, then you have like vehicles. It was a thought. Might not have been a great thought.
There you go.
Anywho, we navigated.
I think vehicles go on the pilot's turn. Actually,
Yes. Yes, that's correct. It's based off of the pilots and basic speed. I think there is a bonus or penalty based off of their acceleration, but I don't remember.
no. Okay. That's really cool that vehicles can be in the tracker now.
I will double check that. The engagement, space combat turn. Yeah, the sequence in which spacecraft act. This is using spaceships one. Is up to the GM. The default starting sequence is the speed of each pilot who is controlling each vessel. If the pilots have the same speed, the lowest SM spacecraft goes first. Break further ties with a die roll. So I legitimately thought there was an acceleration thing that mattered, but I guess not.
Um,
I have no idea what you said. I heard.
yeah, I was gonna say something and then I shut up and then I just kind of mumbled to myself. But there's a there's like an option for doing like tactical space combat where the acceleration would matter.
Is that
It
in
might be in the
spaceship?
You get
advanced
like
one.
movement points and then you set the range and the scale.
Is that in spaceships?
There
Oh,
is
it might
be in
spaceships
Spaceships
advanced
1.
combat.
Okay, so it's not in spaceships one. It's probably in one
I
of
think
the
it's
other ones.
3 has the advanced combat, and it does vectors and stuff like that as well.
Shudder. That makes
Yeah,
sense.
too
That's
difficult.
fighters, carriers. No, that's cinematic piloting. Doesn't matter. Moving on.
Okay, so you will, as a mass, start getting airborne. You hear over comms orders to cease and desist land, and you may not face prosecution. If you continue, you will be shot. At which point, you will see blaster or turbo laser bolts pierce the skies from above, and they sort of rain down around your mass of ships. And because this is space opera, you know, as you're sort of flying skyward, a ship will take a direct hit and just start spiraling and spinning down to the ground, leading a trail of smoke. It just so luckily it wasn't your contact smuggler. I'll get a sensors roll from whoever is going to be manning sensors.
That would probably be the co-pilot, or
So-
at least for the 2400. I guess it's going to be the Wook, since he's the only one up there.
Okay, so Drill succeeds automatically. Bosco, do you have electronics op sensors?
No.
Thought you picked that one up.
I have the navigation and piloting skills.
The
Well, write
nerve.
that one down. You need that one. Actually, oh, I do have sensors. That's the only op skill I have is sensors.
Okay, you're going to have to make that at -2
Oops.
because you're doing 2 things at once.
Well, wait a minute. Oh, that's a default, apparently. So, yeah, you don't want me rolling that.
Actually, I think that's still going to be a success because TIE fighters are a +5 size modifier.
Yeah, there you go.
So as you're heading skyward, you will see more target or more pings appear on your scope as the Star Destroyer has obviously launched TIE fighters. You did not succeed by enough to identify, but you see the target. You detected but did not identify. But you will assume that they are TIE fighters. And there are several. And just like in Return of the Jedi, that scene when the fleet arrives, there is a mass of TIE fighters that sort of fly, blaster bolts are flying past you, and you merge in between these things, and it's just a miracle that there's no sort of collisions. And now we begin.
It's not a miracle with the base with the roll that Nim made.
Yeah, he's just spinning. They can't hit him if they tried.
They're like, what the hell is going on with that ship? I'm scared to get near it.
Okay. So first thing is let me bring up the map. Interesting. Don't. Oh no. Well, I can do this. I forgot I have the assets. Thought there was a thing for the YT.
There should have been.
There is. There we go. So first task is command tasks. Keep in mind if you do 2 tasks, you are at -2 to both those tasks.
Yeah, I think our objective was just, get past them, make the jump.
All right, so there won't be any command tasks going on.
Probably not. I don't want to. Well, I don't know. I'll be -2. I got to remind myself what the Task. So our actions during a turn. Command. Okay.
We did a thing for that.
Yeah, I'm looking at the whatchamajoohiggy.
Command tasks
So
you can apply bonuses to other
leadership,
tasks.
motivate. That's spacer. We're not using spacer. Motivate crewmen rolls against ship handling that won't be effective. Ship handling, no. Space tactics, okay. Pick a single enemy, predict what we'll do, relay that. So we've got offensive tactics or defensive tactics. So offensive will reduce the target's dodge by 1, or defense will increase the PC's dodge by 1.
I presume we'd want defensive at this point.
Okay. What is the turn? What's the duration of each turn? Is it the 1 minute turn, the 3 minute turn, or the 10-minute turn?
1 minute.
All right. So Luck will study the tactical plot and make a suggestion to. I was about to say fish. Only Giger would get that. To Nim and make a tactics check and succeed by 6.
Keep in mind that both, if you're going to do gunnery, you're at -2 on top of that as well.
Okay, so succeed by 4. If it comes up, Giger, your dodge is increased by 1.
Roger.
Unfortunately, I can't do that for the 2400 as well.
All right. So you don't have anyone in engineering positions, so you can't do any engineering tasks. You have navigation task.
Yeah, I
Which-
can roll against navigation space to give a +1 to the piloting roll.
You are also a gunner as well, so if you decide to be shooting at this point and doing the navigation task, then you're going to be at -2 on both. So keep that in mind.
-4 for multitasking. Oh, -2 you said?
-2 for each additional task. So you'd be -2 on both your tasks.
You're talking about multitasking, right?
Yes.
I think it's a -4 unless they're in the same category. But I'm not gonna be gunnering. I'll
Why
just do
not?
navigation.
Don't you want to shoot a TIE fighter? Everybody wants to shoot a TIE fighter.
Okay, I guess we don't really need a navigation then. I'll just focus on gunnery for this round. That makes more sense.
Actually, he is right. So my tactics would have succeeded by 2, not 4. What's the size mod of the TIE fighters?
5.
How many? You said there's multiple TIE fighters, Ronki?
Yes, they're on the map.
Oh, I'm not looking at the map. Sorry. Let me see. Okay, let's do aim and attack.
Wait, have we already gone to gunner tasks?
He was asking me about gunnery.
Yeah, but that we'll do gunnery when we get to it.
Oh,
So
okay.
we have sensor tasks. I assume no one's going to be doing sensor tasks.
Nope. We need more people in a single small vessel.
All right, so that
Pilot.
means pilot tasks.
Just maneuvering.
Pilot maneuvers. There's closing maneuver, which has the 2 closing strategies dedicated, but that reduces your dodge. You cannot dodge.
I want to extend.
Evasive.
I guess
So,
that would
Are we
be
trying
it.
to engage and kill some TIE fighters, or are we trying to just get the heck out of Dodge?
I am trying to get the heck out of Dodge.
So that's probably evasive action where you don't make any skill rolls, but until your next turn, you will add twice your acceleration bonus to any quick contests made to avoid an opponent closing, and you get an additional +1 to dodge. So you're trying spinning. You heard that's a good trick.
Mm-hmm.
And I guess Nim will do the same. No, not Nim. Daryl will do the same. He will automatically succeed.
Right. That's a neat trick. So is that range actually correct where they're at -4?
After the merge, yes, they are at -4, but they may not be advantaged. That will depend on their pilot roles.
Roger, Roger.
They're going to be at -4 because they will be gunnering and piloting.
For TIE fighters, that may actually be -2 because it's, front-facing weapons.
Does it say forward-facing weapons?
It depends on the weapon. I'm looking multitasking. -2 per added task after the first if it's part of the same category. -4 if it's not. I thought there was a thing for forward facing.
But that might just be an attack modifier, not necessarily like a multitasking modifier.
Well, no, it's like if they're doing a pilot and they're doing a pilot task and a gunner task. Let me check. I'm scrolling down. Huh. I legitimately thought up. No, I legitimately thought there was a thing about like fighter types like this, where if you were doing those multitasking penalties, I'm not seeing it. So that looks like you're right. That would be a -4, unless I see something. Unless we find something that says otherwise.
Okay, so they will be doing a closing maneuver to attempt to get advantaged.
There's a +2 firing a spinal or fixed mount weapon.
That
So,
may be what I'm thinking of.
page 58.
Yeah, so it's gonna reduce it to +2 for the shooting, or -2 to the shooting instead of -4. That may be what I'm thinking.
And -4 for the range.
All right, so they are closing. I think this is a contest.
That's
There
where
it
Nim
is. I
gets to
found
add
it.
his times 2.
It's in Spaceship 4. Multitasking GURPS Spaceship Space 50 is much easier on very small SM+4 to SM+6 spacecraft, where all the controls are within easy reach of a single operator. The skill penalty is only -1 per added task of the same or different category. I will
right, so-
paste that.
Contest of skills versus the pilots. So you're getting 2 each. So that is a succeed by 7 and succeed by 3 and fail by 2.
So is this
this will be
from the pilot task?
If you get to add like
this
twice
is
his
their pilot
acceleration.
task. This is the
Right.
bad guy's pilot task. So versus Nim, you have a succeed by 3 and a fail by 2.
Okay, so he gets to add twice his acceleration bonus to this quick contest because he took evasive action.
Okay.
I don't know what but we don't know what the.
Yeah,
wait,
what the hell is
maybe,
the acceleration bonus?
maybe we do. It may have been on the freaking vehicle and it didn't pay attention.
I don't think it has it.
Oh, wow. What move? There's 2600. What's the acceleration bonus? Page 54.
You just use your
Page
handling.
54 is this. You said this is your 1 minute turns,
Yes.
and this is probably going to be considered a close scale encounter. 1G. Okay, so that states 1G and 0.3 MPS, so we don't have that written per +2.
We'll just use the handling.
Right, so he's got a +4.
So is that it? Just the double, whatever that was?
Yeah. I8, sweet. Darryl needs to look over his back. You're like, going, oh yeah.
Second string coming in. I stay in.
Exactly. You've always been the first string in our mind there.
So he gets +4, right?
We don't know what
This is Darryl.
we don't know what the acceleration bonus is on the 2400.
Well, he
'cause
was
you haven't
just
put the
using that.
stats.
Did we not get stats for that?
There's no stat. I don't see any stats on it.
There is stats. It has a handling of 2.
Where are the stats?
Yeah, so it's 4 then.
Hey, there's suspiciously the stats appeared.
Say that 10 times fast.
All right,
That's not gonna happen.
So fail and fail, and
Are
Darryl.
we in a small ship too there,
Mhm.
Rigel?
Yeah, they'll
No, your
Both-
size modifier
both of
5.
these will qualify.
I thought small ship is
Yeah,
4 or
you
less.
said
Said
4 to 6.
between 4 to 5 or 4 to 6. Yeah.
I posted the thing on there.
Righto. So Darryl will own these guys. They neither close nor get advantage position.
So we can hear him on the comms chortling like a proper Wookiee. Those of us that can actually speak a little Wookiee are like, whoa, language, man.
Nim has to make a second roll for the second guy.
Oh, I thought we were just doing one.
You have two dudes.
Well, you could do the same roll for both.
Well, I'm going to try to shoot one of them. I'm not sure how well I will succeed.
Oh, damn it, that was the wrong one.
Oh, wow, are there any AC bonuses on those weapons? Also,
0 for most weapons.
I needed to double check that I have the correct one. Brian, I can't. I'm clicking on the item ARC-170 laser rear, and nothing's coming up.
That's not shared, so 1 second.
That's what I figured.
You should be able to get it now.
Thank you kindly. You're okay, despite what Daniel says about you.
So succeed by... So you beat him. So they don't get advantaged, and they don't close. We now have gunnery tasks.
All right. So I believe since this is a small thing for you, Bosco, you'd be only at -1 if you did something. I don't remember. Did you do something else?
No, I didn't.
Oh, well, then never mind.
I may next time though. Now that I know this.
Yeah. Well, with me, it's a little different, I think. I'm going to double check that. All the controls are within easy Okay, yeah, so that should be -1. I much greatly appreciate that.
Oh, it's got different stats too than the book, huh?
So
Because rate of fire.
Yeah, so in the process of the loop-de-loop and all that jazz, Luck is going to get a shot at one of the TIE fighters and take it. And let's see if he can actually hit. Ooh, that's a success by 4, maximum 2 hits based off the rate of fire. Pew, pew, pew. Wait, pew, pew.
Because the weapon table in the book says rate of fire is 3 in a 1 minute round.
Fails to dodge. Do your damage.
All right. So first bit of damage is 13 armor divisor 5, and I need to go here and go hit location vehicle just in case it matters, and roll that for drop down on helicopter wings. So I guess maybe he hits one of the things. The other one is
Well, that's big.
crap damage. 7 points, armor divisor 5, and that hits the body. What's big?
Yeah, you need to change the grid size.
Oh, wait. Where are we seeing a grid?
He's doing stuff on the map.
Oh, because I had minimized it, so for screen real estate. Oh crap! There's even more TIE fighters, buddy. TIE fighters.
No, it's showing the reach on there, and it's getting all crappy.
But yeah, so 13 armor divisor 5 to one of the ion wings, and 7 armor divisor 5 to the body.
All right, so wing.
Now the GM has to do maths.
Which one were you shooting at?
2.
I'm just going to make
your
the
recoil number.
Say that again.
What did you use as your recoil?
I just
number?
dragged the weapon to my inventory and then added the level. Since it's a laser weapon, it's going to have a recoil 1.
I tried dragging it; it wouldn't work. I mean, might be doing it wrong.
The item ARC-170 laser may also not be shared. I know he had to share the rear one for me.
Okay.
Which case you have to point and shout at the GM and go, "Come on, man!"
Okay, size modifiers shouldn't be an issue now. Okay, so for simplicity, I'm going to... You have to actually... Yeah, I'm just going to apply generic hit points, because you normally have to apply it to sections and stuff. And since we're very close to time, we'll just do generic hit points. So they have DR1.
So
which one did you shoot?
1, really? Woo! 2. I shot at 2, so 12 points of damage and 6 points of damage. So 18 points of damage total.
Yeah, they have DR1 versus your armor divisor. So that's hardening. Can't remember what the in brackets figure is.
For
Sorry,
what?
which one did you shoot?
2. Zwei. Dose.
All right, that is a major wound.
Ah, cool. Half move, half dodge. Hopefully. No, wait. Major one. Never mind.
Whoops, wrong one.
Damn, I need to do one more point to put them at 0 if they are SM5. No, wait. They're not SM5, are they?
Yes, they are.
Never mind. Needed one more point.
No, you needed to do 2 more points. You
You're
did-
right. I can't do math.
Okay, that's you firing. Bosco, you are going to fire as well.
Yeah.
All right, do your rolls.
Um,
You're at -4
what's the-
range.
What was the accuracy on this?
0.
0. Okay. All right. So what I have, close range, -4. Then I get the fixed mount. Is it a fixed mount for the +2?
Yours is.
Okay.
Mine's a
And
turret.
size modifier.
Oh,
And
wait
then
a
my
sec.
roll.
Fixed mount is forward facing only. So you have to be in an advantage position to fire it.
Oh, it says rear here though.
I've got the rear.
Huh? Oh,
So unfortunately,
cannot
Bosco
fire.
can't shoot.
okay.
Not unless Nim decides to engage.
I'm good with that.
However,
Makes it easy.
Tina, she can fire the turret.
Yep.
And she will do so. Is that the YT 2400 laser?
Yes.
Okay, can you make that one shared? I don't think I have it. I can't open it.
We're totally.
Thought
not
we had
giving
already
a damn
shared all
crap.
these things.
I can see the ship. I just can't use the or drag the laser to my combat thing or open it up.
It's in chat.
It's DUEL.
So you're at -4 for range, +5 for size modifier. So overall, you're a +1
Got it.
on your gunnery beams.
And are we in a neutral position? Neutral engagement or neutral vector?
Success by 0.
All right, so that'll be 1 hit. They get a dodge. Failed. Do your damage.
Crap damage.
All right, that is your turn's done. Next turn, command task.
Oh.
Is there a command
right.
task?
Rigel was up.
Oh, he's AFK.
And come back to that.
We don't have engineering. We don't have navigation.
Yeah, we do.
Unless-
Bosco can still do the nav if he wants to do that.
All right, Bosco, you can do a
Yep.
navigation task if you wish.
So I'll do navigation space at a -1 for being on the small ship there. Okay, for a very small ship. Navigation space. Hold a 9, success by 3. Tactical navigation, so +1 to piloting.
Okay,
Sorry, I was AFK. Did we skip the
Command task.
Command task? Yeah. Okay. So
what is your command task, or are you not going to do a
Same.
command task?
success by 5. Same thing. I'm giving Nim a bonus to dodge.
All right, so we've done navigation, pilot tasks.
Same. What was it? All out defense.
Evasive.
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 That means Daryl will do the same. Then we have no one's doing electronics ops, so we have gunnery.
Are the enemies not doing
They're
pilot
doing
task?
they're doing their pilot. They are going to attempt to close so they can get advantage. So that's a fail, and that is a success by 2. So against Nim, 2
Stand
rolls.
by.
And he gets a +1 for my tactics.
Yeah, I got it.
Daryl will have.
10.
Success by 10.
All right, so for Nim, they fail, so they do not close or do anything.
Right. And it looks like on the arc, Luck is the only one who can engage. So he's going to shoot at the same guy. Pew, 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 pew. Wait, two success by 6, so 2 potential hits.
Daryl will also succeed both rolls. Which guy are we shooting at?
Same guy, number 2, the one that's like I need to do 2 points to screw him up, put him at 0.
Wow.
Nope.
Holy cow!
Wow.
Critical success. Apparently, he made me look like a chump.
So on his half move dodge, I think a critical succeeds.
Always succeeds on a 3. You rolled a 3.
Yeah, but how many hits did you get?
2.
2. So half move and dodge is
Oh,
5.
yeah.
So he will dodge 3.
Okay, yeah. So I figured he had dodged them both.
Okay, Tina.
And Tina, yep.
All right. So is this shooting or something else?
This
Because I
is
think all
gunnery.
she can do is yeah.
Same penalties as before, so +1, I think. Gunnery +1.
Are you not using the on the ranged combat, Mel?
It didn't automatically populate in there, so I'll have to go in and fix that.
All right.
Yeah. So I dragged that to the inventory, and it didn't auto-populate. That's terrible. Well, that's 2 potential hits.
1 successful dodge. So 1 hit. That's
a
better
little bit
damage.
better damage.
16.
Oh, should I be rolling on that random hit location table or anything?
No, we're just doing generic damage.
Okay.
All right, so he's at 0. That's a major wound. Doesn't immediately blow up, but he's not doing well. They can't engage. So we have next turns. I think I have to make health rolls for them. Those that are below 0.
Which is just 1.
All right, so he's still able to stay in the fight. Command task.
Do the thing.
Actually, I'm going to roll.
Success by 3.
Since you are escaping, I will.
Waiting for the pirates to show up and cause trouble.
You have 1 more turn to go, and then you can hyperspace out.
Unless it goes woo toot 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 toot.
That's
I thought we fixed it.
I didn't know it was broken.
All right, so did you take into account the -4 for doing 2 tasks?
-1 because of that small vessel thing.
Right. Oh, then I don't need to take such a big penalty.
You can
And
keep doing that though. We don't mind.
pilot tasks. Oh, sorry. Yeah, pilot task. No, navigation task.
we're next round again.
Yes.
Nim, are you gonna continue? You're not gonna engage them, I'm guessing.
No,
So I'm just gonna
keep going.
do a straight up navigation. Rolled a success by 5.
You guys are sitting up there just jamming to the music.
Mm-hmm.
You're just spinning.
I'm really glad my suit's squared away because I might need anti-nausea meds after this, all this spinning.
All right. 2 pilot tasks, so it's -1, right?
Yes.
Right.
Okay, so that will be a succeed
A really bad
by
miss.
7 and a fail on Nim.
So we're on to the pilot thing.
Big successes there.
Oh, so
Yes,
one of
we're on
them
the
might
pilot
be
thing.
able to engage.
Well,
Okay, so it was succeed by 7, so 1 can engage. I should roll random high. It is the damaged one.
It's the damaged one.
How'd
Which
that
I
happen?
do believe that based off of, I want to say spaceship stuff is at the same time.
Right.
So even if I manage to blow him up, he can still take the shot since it's like 1-minute rounds.
Well, I may need to
with
dodge
the
in this
rill,
case.
the rill will need to succeed a couple of rolls.
What are you talking about? He always succeeds.
Yeah, but I need a margin of success.
It's
he's
going to be more than that, more by 5. It's going to be by +2, +2. Yeah, by +4, so by 9 or 8.
okay. So for the first one, he succeeds, and he will succeed both. All right, they aren't able to engage.
They're like, what the heck?
He's flying a truck, and we can't get him. He's just listing easily to the left.
Mm-hmm.
All right, gunnery tasks. You guys
All
can
right,
go first.
number 2. Pew, 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 pew. Wait, pew, pew. Success by 5, maximum 2 hits.
This is half move
This is
dodge. He will
the-
fail.
Guy that is about to attack us, and I think he's still going to attack. The first one is going to go to a wing again. Not that it really matters. 13 points based off of your where you said it was DR1. And the second hit is turret. No, they don't have a turret. So it's going to be body for 10 points after the DR. So that could hurt a little bit. That's
All right.
23 points of damage.
He explodes.
But he will still, I believe. I'm going to double check that while Tina's going, but I do believe
He does get to
still will
shoot.
be able, yeah, he will still be able to shoot.
All right, so he'll be shooting minus 1, minus 5, so he's on evens. And that's a success. What's the maximum rate of fire?
On
this-
ours, it's 2. I don't know. I don't know what their weapons are.
Same. So 2 in these combat turns. So he'll succeed by 2. Or he'll get 2 hits.
All right, there, Nim. You have an additional +2 on your dodge based off of evasive and my tactical thing.
And dodge is
So
half
just
your
the 2.
pilot,
Yeah.
plus
got that.
handling, plus combat reflexes, plus the command.
Oh, shit. Didn't think about the reflexes. Okay, so that means that. And that was a shitty
you
roll.
lucky?
But I've got luck.
Damn it.
Yes, you do. He's in the rear turret shooting at him.
And unless I get
That's all
a
successes.
crit, that's going to be good. Yeah,
All right,
I'll keep
so
that one.
you spin just at the right time for those green blaster bolts to fly past you. If you had an
And he
R2 unit,
explodes.
it'd be going
Mm-hmm.
tweet, 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 and sparks would be coming off its head.
And then I shoot him, and the guy explodes.
All right, so, and then he explodes. I'll remove the tracker.
Yeah, that's the problem with tail guns. Makes it hard to line up on them.
All right, so they were not in a position to shoot next turn. Oh, sorry, no. You can make the jump to hyperspace with a successful roll
Right.
on navigation space and I guess pilot. Oh, sorry, navigation hyperspace.
Nice.
Still got my luck if I need it.
Drill automatically succeeds. Oh, wait a sec. No, we forgot the gunnery task for Tina.
You did. You're totally trying to skip her.
Yeah,
What's
no,
up
we
with
can't have that. Tina, you can shoot.
She has to, assuage her murder addiction for, future Sith.
Success by 8.
Oh my gosh.
That's a failed dodge, so 2 damage twice.
When you get to blowing up too.
You might actually do it.
You did that wrong. Do it.
All right. You do. You blow him up. You blow him up. Pew, 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 pew. He splits into 2 just as you go into hyperspace.
And just as we are jumping out, those Crimson Corsair pirates are accidentally jumping in, because that would be funny.
So, narratively speaking, actually roll a universe reaction roll. On a neutral or better, they turned up.
Neutral.
So, just as you are hyperspacing out, you will see Corsair's ships materializing or jumping in.
All right.
There's
When we come out of
very
hyper-
nearly a collision.
When we come out of hyperspace, is the Shrieker going to be there?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, someone roll
Somebody else needs to roll that.
Which one?
Who hasn't done a lot
Reaction.
of rolls? Let's get Tina to do it. She hasn't done a lot of rolls. Roll a universe reaction.
No, this is
You're
reaction roll. We know how she rolls.
Yeah, you're just fishing for a crit fail right now, aren't you?
Well, that's good for reaction rolls. Remember?
Yeah, you want to roll really well.
Neutral.
All right, so they didn't get blowed up, but they didn't make it. They're prisoners. They're going to be working the salt mine or the mines with Nim's family. All right, so while you guys were engaging, keep in mind this was a melee all around. There was TIE fighters buzzing around everywhere. You hear over the comms, I got one on my on my ass, I can't shake him. And then, ah!
That
And
was
then-
totally Bosco's contact.
and yeah, a fire is exchanged, and the occasional TIE fighter goes down as well. You will hear over the comms, Roger, Roger, as Loophole's battle droids are engaging, and you'll hear, I got one.
I much prefer the episode 1 voices for those droids.
I don't think I remember the difference.
The episode 1 droids were like actual kind of robotic sounding and a lot lower. And then, the everything after that was that high pitched, irritating, goofy sound.
Fair enough.
It's hard to take them serious with that droid.
So, once it's clear that you guys are going to make your escape, you will hear over comms. Loophole will say, "Good luck. I'm heading back." Actually, you can say it in
Luck, I'm heading back.
in Loophole's voice.
Right. Okay. Good luck. I'm heading back.
And
I can't do accents. You know that.
well, you can do your own voice. Loophole sounds exactly like you.
Maybe.
In any case, Loophole will radio that in, and on sensors you can see he's disengaging. And given the fray, he makes his escape because Luck needs a backup character just in case. And of course, Saw will escape. He has plot immunity.
Doesn't die until Rogue One, when they blew up the planet around him.
And
Just
there is
make sure.
a clock wipe, and the credits roll just as the remaining ships of the smuggler fleet disappear into hyperspace. And we end it there.
Well, next season we have to rescue Nim's family. Those that are still alive. Dun dun dun.
And you got to rescue Dead Meat and
Yeah, them too.
Obviously,
Red
Dead
Jumper.
Meat won't have made it.
Actually, let's roll. We'll roll universe reaction rolls. Someone can do 2 rolls.
Who gets to roll
Now
for Dead
it's
Meat?
Bosco and
I'll roll for Dead
Nim's
Meat.
turn.
On a neutral, they're wounded. On a good, they survive.
We didn't steal a ship. We stole a pirate fleet or a smuggler
Yeah.
fleet. We stole a
each have our
smuggler
own.
fleet.
That's true. All right. On the question of Dead Meat's survival, the universe says
Poor.
He died.
Oh no.
Dead Meat is dead.
Oh no.
And what was the other guy? Red Jumper?
Red Jumper.
Let's see what his was. Oh, he's fine.
So, Dead Meat got daxed, but Red Jumper
Somehow
Is,
managed to survive.
is still alive, which makes sense because he'll get a character sheet next season.
he was never really a red shirt. He was a mauve shirt.
Well, both of them were technically mauve shirts.
All right.
Shiny.
Anything that you want to wrap up before we end it?
I
Okay.
think we're good
2
to go,
points.
or at least on my part.
2 points. Hobbs
Awesome.
appears to have not done anything shifty. At least Cass
Right.
hasn't killed him yet.
Nim is going to introduce him to Saw, or introduce Saw to him, and tell Saw he's an acquisition specialist.
Oh, that's sneaky.
We'll handle that next time. All right. Where's my outro?
It's gone. It got blown up. Dead Meat was holding on to it. It's tragic.
All right. Well, that is the end of season 1. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope people listening to the stream have enjoyed the season.
Yay.
It was fun.
If you're watching this and you have any questions, corrections, suggestions, or general hecklings, feel free to leave a comment here or find us on Discord. Please consider liking and subscribing to our YouTube and Twitch channels. Thank you for watching. Olympus out.
Bye-bye.
May the Schwartz be with you.
Good night, stream.
Wrong franchise.